LSU. Clemson's now lost 4 of its last 5 openers, and this is an unbelievable stat. Clemson has scored 10 or fewer points 4 times in the last 97 games, all of them season openers.
How about that?
Ooh. Well,
that's why he's Clemson Google.
There you go. Like I said,
even the bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we played good defensive teams in those 4 games, but
Nussmeier will take another knee go with 21 seconds, and Coach Sweeney's not going to use a timeout. He's going to walk across, and so LSU, who had circled this game, Brian Kelly had talked so much about the importance of coming to Clemson and winning, and he did it. And a big win for the LSU Tigers here in Clemson tonight as they score 14 points in the second half to come away with a 17-10 victory over Clemson.
Well, you got a few miscues, a few things that happened in this game, but biggest thing for me that stands out is just the rushing yards.
Right.
You know, we weren't able to run the football effectively, couldn't run it when we wanted to run it, and that kind of added up on the end.
Well, the biggest thing that stands out to me is that LSU had 16 transfers, 12 of them started, and they were said to have the best transfer class in the country, and tonight, boy, they sure proved it defensively, because last year they were only 57th in the country in total defense. And they obviously look like they're a really good defensive team from what I saw.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they play very, very well here as the teams mingle on the field. And a nice job by the fan base staying off the field. I mean, tough you don't want to rush the field when you come up on a loss like this. So much was focused on this game from both sides.
Opening drive of the season. Remember, last year, Washington in 13 games scored a grand total of 0 points on the opening drive of the ball game. They're trying to score on the opening drive of the season here tonight. Split tight ends. They'll bring Vinesbright in motion. Handoff Jonah Coleman. Off right tackle. Found a hole. And he is gone. 10-5. Touchdown, Jonah Coleman. A beautiful run and a beautiful block setting the edge. Jonah Coleman explodes into the end zone from 26 yards out, and the Huskies drive right down the field to open up the season with a 6-0 lead.
Immediately when you get a chance, remember last year in those runs, you were waiting for Jonah to be patient because he could get to the outside. That time, he sets it on the inside, on an inside zone. He finds a wide zone window and bounces around the corner. There's the acceleration and turn. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be fun to watch number one. And the runs that look like that when you make that turn, that's really, really good.
Grady Gross on for the extra point. Got a whole new battery out there this season. You got Ryan Keene on to snap it. There's a long snapper transfer from Utah Tech. The hold is down. The kick is up. Grady Gross remains perfect in his career on extra points. Now 94 for 94. And the Huskies march. What did I just say right before that snap? They scored on the opening drive of the ball game for the first time in the Jetfish era. Washington 7, Colorado State nothing. 10:58 to go in quarter number 1. We'll continue in a moment after this from Alaska Airlines.
The official airline of the Washington Huskies is your window to the world. Introducing Atmos Rewards, a new loyalty program by Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. It's the #1 airline rewards program, according to U.S. News & World Report, and your invitation to explore over 1,000 global destinations with over 30 airline partners, including oneworld. Go to atmosrewards.com to sign up and start your journey today. That's atmosrewards.com.
Hey, Dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite tailgating items at Tailgate Central QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether you're firing up the grill outside Husky Stadium or enjoying the away games at home, QFC will have your favorite tailgating items ready. Stop by today and see what the Husky tailgate vendors have for you to enjoy. Brought to you by Seattle's Elysian Brewing Company, makers of Space Dust IPA and 30 years of bold flavors and award-winning beers. And by Happy Egg. Visit happyegg.com and look for the yellow carton at a store near you.
Hey Husky fans, it's me, Barry from Brown Bear Car Wash. And I've got a very serious message for you. Your car, it's dirty. And the Huskies, they're ready to win. So let's get game day ready. Right now, new Unlimited Wash Club members get 50% off their first month at any level. Celebrate every win with a winning shine. Now go wash that thing and get 50% off your first month. Only at Brown Bear. Your car's not clean unless it's Brown Bear clean.
Huskies lead 7-0 over Colorado State. 10:58 to go in the first quarter. They march right down the field. 6 plays, 59 yards on the opening drive of the season. And it's Jonah Coleman with a 26-yard touchdown rush. He had 10 touchdown runs a year ago. Already has his first this season. Let's go down to the sidelines with Softy.
Yeah, guys, Ken, you mentioned it. Tony, you saw it. This offensive line just looks different, guys. Unbelievable from a year ago. John Mills, 6'6", 325, a true freshman, being on the field for that opening touchdown drive. The last time we saw a true freshman start, I think, at offensive line was Nick Harris back in 2016 against Utah, but that wasn't until October. I wish you guys were all down here watching this offensive line and comparing it to what we saw a year ago, because Jed's been saying it's different. It is absolutely different from what we saw last year.
No doubt. You can see just the way that they were confident to go for it on 4th and 1 from the 50-yard line, and the way that Jonah Coleman just sliced his way through that opening for a 26-yard touchdown run. And Dogs' offense looks different, off to a 7-0 start against Colorado State. Here's Michalski with the kickoff, a deep end-over-end kick. He'll let it bounce off the H in Huskies and trail off into the end zone for a touchback. Tonight's game brought to you by UW Medicine, the only health system in Washington that directly connects care with a top-rated medical school and research powerhouse. UW Medicine, a higher degree of healthcare. This Husky defense goes back out onto the field and try to set that line for you. I think I saw Bryce Butler in on this possession. They feel like he's one of the more improved players on the team, a junior from Toronto, Ontario, who started out as a junior college product. Samote Pepa, the Utah transfer, into the ball game, lining up over the center as well. There's a snap, handoff goes Dupree, left side, coming downhill to make the tackle from the safety position. Looks like Mikel Esteen, but a nice run by Dupree for a gain of 6. He's a strong runner.
Expect to see a lot of number 24 being in the box, one of the best tacklers on the team. Mikel Esteen fills that gap because all those guys are taking up the offensive lineman up front. You're going to need number 24 to be a run-stuffing safety. Devin Bryant, the veteran Husky, is in at linebacker along with Buda Al-Ukta, the transfer from Washington State. Snap to Fowler Nicolosi, a play fake, looks downfield, backpedaling, fires, and he throws right into traffic where it's caught on the play for a first down. I think that's that's number 12 who catches, and I don't have 12 on my roster. Yeah, I was watching because Zach Durfee was in coverage as he's down the field in the flat. How it works out around it, Bullock. So that's a gain up to the 47-yard line, first down. Snap. Handoff, Dupree angling left side, big hole, and he's able to break past the secondary and get all the way down to the 34-yard line before he's caught up from behind by Buda Al-Ukta on the play. But another tough run for Dupree, and Colorado State's quickly moving the ball down the field, trailing 7-0. It's all about leverage, because what you do is you overload with your formation to the right, you run back left, trying to get weak, and you pull and wrap with a power play, and you get multiple blockers, both tackle and guard, wrapping around. And if you can't cut off those pullers, then you get a burst play on that backside. Dupree stays in the ball game in the backfield. There's a snap. Fowler Nicolosi will toss it backwards, and now they'll throw it downfield, trying to get it to the quarterback, incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 on the play. Devin Bryant was the one who was able to belt the guy throwing the football, but again, that's Bullock, who I've never seen this before. I just don't have him on my roster. So interesting to see him out there in the ball game. 2nd down and 10 to go. Trickeration to start already when you get risky like that. Try a little plays. They hand off Dupree with hole in the middle, and again, Mikel Esteen coming up from the safety position to take him to the ground at the 29-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play brings up 3rd down. I mean, this front, you return 2 all Mountain West players at the offensive line, 2 big guys with Tanner Morley and Aaron Karras. Those guys are, this group right now, being physical, those 2 veterans, good players. This D-line a little bit on their heels already, some momentum. Saw Colorado State just decided, hey, we're going to take a shot here. So Taj Bullock is a backup quarterback who they are using as a wide receiver.
And Fowler Nicolosi goes out of the shotgun, takes a snap, throws. Great hit. Delivered by the safety McLaughlin. Alex McLaughlin with the first tackle of his Husky career. He is quite the productive player at Northern Arizona last year, and he drives the receiver out of bounds after a gain of 4 on the play. That is Dupree out of the backfield. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Again, in open space. It's just a great tackle. And, of course, you're going to see it's like Bullock is going to be your guy. He's that backup quarterback position. He's going to be running this football.
Yep, Taj Bullock out of the shotgun on 4th down and 2 to go. Crowd gets loud. He's going to keep it himself. Call his own number. Hit. Lunges forward. I think he's got the first down. Gain of 2.5 maybe, as Buda Al-Ukta was there on the play, but you got Taj Bullock, who's kind of come in and surprised some people, making an impact for Colorado State's offense. Al-Ukta hit him a yard shy of the line to gain, but Bullock did a nice job of toughing out the play and getting the first down. So, to the 24-yard line of Washington. Huskies still up 7-0, but Colorado State trying to even things up. Fowler Nicolosi takes the snap, handoff Dupree, stretch run to the right, inside the 15, the 10, and McLaughlin yanks him to the ground at the 6-yard line. A late flag flies.
Keep your summer fun going in the family-sized Toyota Highlander or the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander with 3 different powertrains and a full-size 3rd row. Now through September 2nd, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.99 APR financing or 5.99 on new Highlander and Grand Highlander hybrids. Subject to approved credit through TFS. A negotiable doc fee of up to $200 may be added. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Washington Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
7-7 the score. Washington and Colorado State with 6:47 to go in quarter number 1. Now Taj Bullock, who has come into the game for the Rams and made an immediate difference. He's a senior from East Orange, New Jersey, who's been quite the journeyman in his college career. Started out at Virginia Tech, made his college debut in the 2021 Pinstripe Bowl, and then transferred to Akron, where he was a dual-threat quarterback for the Zips, but now wrapping up his career at Colorado State and made his first play of the season as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been used in all sorts of different ways, Cam.
Yeah, he's Swiss Army knife. They threw it backwards, tried to do a double pass, and use him as a thrower. He's big. He's been very versatile, and truthfully, Tony, he's been the difference maker in this game so far for Colorado State.
So the Huskies, after forcing the Rams 3 and out, give up a 9-play, 75-yard drive, and now the Dogs go back on offense in a 7-7 game, 6:47 to go in quarter number 1. Colorado State lines up to kick the ball away. We'll see Adam Muhammad back to return the ball along with Jonah Coleman. Muhammad comes up and takes in the ball on his chest at the 8-yard line, across the 20, right sideline, 25, 30, well blocked as Adam Muhammad gets across the 35 and returns it all the way out to the 37-yard line. So wanted to see the Huskies be better on special teams this year, and how about that return to 29?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. From across the board, from special teams returns, punt returns, field goals, all the things you think, punt, the upgrade at special teams is pivotal in this, especially when you get in those situations. You got to flip the field. It's a great return.
Huskies go on offense at their own 36-yard line. Denzel Boston wide to the right, Rasheed Williams off to the left. Looks like Decker DeGraff is the tight end along with Quentin Moore on the left side. Under center, Williams hands off Jonah Coleman, lowers the shoulder, gets to the 40-yard line before he's taken down on the play by linebacker Owen Long. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down and 6. Kohl's has the back-to-school styles that'll spoil them at prices that'll spoil you, from jeans and tees to sneakers and more, which means you can do it all without overdoing your budget when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Snap, Williams, bootleg to the right, throws. Caught by Rashid Williams, who lunges forward across the line and gets to the 47-yard line for a first down. Owen Long on the tackle, but Rashid Williams with his first catch. Scratch that, second catch of the season. Moves the chains for the Huskies, and the Dogs go tempo. Snap, Williams, handoff Coleman, space in the middle, across midfield, and tumbles down to the 48 of Colorado State. Dylan Phelps on the stop.
How about just the first down plays already? But what Jonah Coleman does is he waits. He's patient, but his hop, he has hop, and then it's accelerate as soon as he feels. But I'm watching this offensive line. They are playing already on the other side of Colorado State. They are downhill at a yard before impact, and Jonah Coleman's not getting hit for 2 yards.
Dogs go empty set here. Coleman is wide to the left. Snap to Williams, who fires over the middle. Got it in between a couple of Rams to Decker DeGraff at the 40-yard line. And DeGraff, the sure-handed tight end, holds on for a gain of 8 and a first down.
Yeah, find number 86. He's your vertical threat. He's going to be your inside guy, but just go sit down over the football and easy completion.
Snap, handoff. Jonah Coleman lowers the shoulder, and Long takes him down again right at the line of scrimmage. So nothing for Jonah on that run. 2nd down, 10 to go. The Huskies will scurry Raiden Vinesbright off the field. They'll bring in Adam Muhammad for Jonah Coleman, and they'll bring in an extra tight end here for 2nd down and 10, Quentin Moore on the field. Damon Williams going out of the shotgun. He's completed 4 straight passes. 7-7 your score. Snap, Williams drops back to the purple W, looking downfield, zips it near side. Climbing the ladder is Rashid Williams, who is able to snag the football in and get forward to the 31-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Well, see, Damon wanted to go to Denzel. It's a great job by Colorado State. They rolled their coverage to the left to take away the deep corner route, and what does he do? Just simplify, hit the underthrow, and make that easy completion, keep the chains moving. Now you're at 3rd and 1, to be able to get in that 3rd and short situation.
7-7 the score. Lamondre Joe made the tackle there for Colorado State. 3:58 to go in this first quarter. Snap, handoff, Adam Muhammad's first touch of the season. He's got the first down as he bullies his way through 3 Rams to get a gain of 4 down to the 27-yard line.
What a difference. I'm just already seeing it, Tony. It's just leverage and lean. Shoulder square. As an offensive line guy, you love to see shoulder square and push. That was a 2-yard push. And Adam Muhammad's like, this is easy. Let's convert this first down, or this 3rd down.
Well, the Husky offensive line is no doubt different than it was a year ago. Got a couple of guys with starting experience for the Huskies last year that are on the 2-deep as second teamers. As the snap goes to Williams, he drops back to the 35-yard line. Now he'll take off to the right. Williams still thinking about it. Now he tucks it and goes. Angles his way out of bounds on the far sideline, 22-yard line. Scurries for a gain of 5. Owen Long escorted him out of bounds, but another gain of 5 yards for Damon Williams. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Well, stating the obvious, if you're going to rush 4 and then you're going to drop 7, that means that Damon Williams waits. He's patient. Great coverage, great hold by the O-line. Then he escapes to his right, and he doesn't take a hit there. He doesn't have to get the extra because it's in that first down situation. Gets out of bounds, gets a great play, but extension of the play with his feet.
Williams will go under center here with 2 tight ends to the left, and you got Kevin Green in the ball game. Aligned to the near side. Toss sweep left to Jonah Coleman. Wow, great one-on-one tackle by Lamondre Joe, who came up out of the secondary to take down Coleman at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
That was because if you don't get that shoestring wrap tackle by Jonah, not very often the guy can bring him down with one grab. That was a great tackle in open space.
3rd down 5 to go for the Huskies. Williams going shotgun again. Denzel Boston wide to the right, and we got movement along the line of scrimmage. This will be a false start. So 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and 10 in a 7-7 ball game with 2:11 to go in the first quarter.
Ball start, offense, for 74. 5-yard penalty.
It's Drew as a party, who last year was flagged 5 times in his 13 starts for the Huskies. But also Garen Hatchett jumped early as well. So 3rd and 10 here. A little tougher situation to manage for DeMond Williams in what might be 4-down territory. Snap to Williams, looks to throw. Oh, they get all over him, and Lamondre Joe yanks him to the ground. It looked like Owen Long was also the first one there, but a quarterback sack that DeMond Williams will take for the first time, and now probably out of field goal range.
But it was a really good call on defense, because you bring pressure up the middle, you bring outside pressure, so the line has to slide wide, and that means you got one-on-one on the inside. You bring a Mike blitz up the middle. DeMond's trying to hit an outside hitch really, really quick, but he doesn't because he brings that inside pressure. It's just a good call on defense.
So back to the 36-yard line, which means we'll see Luke Dunn, the Oregon transfer, on to punt it away for the first time this year. And Dunn, the Aussie, will give you a nice end over end that's got a chance of being down inside the 5. Oh, it takes a very high bounce. It gets saved inbounds and caught at the 1-yard line. I think they're going to call a touchback because,
yeah, you can't go in the end zone and then bat it back out.
It's not basketball.
No,
you can't leap
do that
over the line and save it. I even said save it in bounds because it looked like a basketball play.
One of those guys just to catch it. Just you're in there, catch the ball.
It was the long snapper.
Yeah.
Who, yep.
You don't have to let it bounce. It was a great punt. It was a great punt.
It was a very good punt, and they had an opportunity to down him at the 1, but it'll be a touchback, and Colorado State will have it at the 20-yard line with a chance to take the lead. 7-7 the score. 1:09 to play, quarter number 1. We continue in a moment after this word from your local station. This is Husky Football.
Whether you're cleaning up to host a backyard game day party or just powering through your fall projects, you can count on the performance of Steel. From blowers to chainsaws, Steel tools are built to go the distance. With legendary quality and real dealer support, you'll find the right tool and the right team for every job. Steel, proud supporter of your Washington Huskies.
Tony Castricone here. One of life's great hassles is uprooting everything you own and moving. But as someone who's moved more times than I can count, I've discovered the #1 moving hack that changes everything. You know what it is? Just call Airvan Moving. I've used them multiple times, cannot recommend them highly enough. Don't try to do it yourself, and don't go the cheap route with literally all of your most prized possessions. Go with the best in the business, the movers the Huskies and I trust. Airvan Moving. Get a free quote online at airvanmoving.com. That's airvanmoving.com.
Hey Huskies! Experience the best of Alaska with Holland America, the Alaska vacation experts. They've been sharing the wonders of the great land since before it was even a state. Cruise round trip from Seattle, no flights, no fuss, just Alaska right from your doorstep. Experience stunning ice blue glaciers guaranteed. Plus, look for humpback whales and brown bears with a cruise line that's #1 in Alaska wildlife and wilderness tours. Savor the journey with Holland America, the official cruise line of Husky Athletics. Go Dogs!
7-7 the score. Colorado State going back on offense after they went 75 yards down the field last time out there. Huskies, look, I got to say, disappointed to see that last punt was a touchback. Encouraged by the fact the punter sent them up to have the potential to pin them inside the 5.
It's just wonderful to see with his ability. Look, I don't want to see a lot of him. That means that your offense is not doing well, but when there are situations like that, very well executed.
All right, you got Takario Davis on one corner. He's covering Jackson Warren, the tight end, who is flanked wide off to the left. Braden Fowler-Nicolosi is in the backfield. He'll take the snap, hand it off Dupree, stretch run to the left, beats Zach Durfee to the edge, and he gets bumped out of bounds by Mikel Esteen, far side of the field, 25-yard line. But a gain of 5, and Colorado State's been kind of chunky on first down, Cam.
Well, they've been good because they're in space right now. Their formations are wide. They're going trips. They go open. They're making Washington get depth. And so that means that your edge guys, again, you have Zach Durfee's on the edge. He's trying to control for the cutback, and he couldn't get his arm outside to make that tackle. It's around the corner.
averaging 8 yards per carry on first down. Here's second down and 5 to go. Snap and a handoff Dupree. Dupree bounces out to the left and gets hemmed in by Ontario Thompson, defensive lineman on the play. Simote Pepa helping out as well. It's going to be third down, 2 to go. And a big opportunity for the Huskies to force another 3 and out.
At number 10, X-ray Alexander comes in there. He's clapping his hands because he had that chance to make a tackle for a little bit more of a loss there.
That will be the end of the first quarter as Colorado State pulls its offense off the field, and they'll move down to the other end of Husky Stadium. They will be marching from right to left for the second quarter when it continues in a moment. 7-7 the score between Washington and Colorado State. This is Husky football, and we'll return in a moment after this from your Northwest Chevy dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
Raise a glass to the dogs with the new Husky Craft Pack. Brimming with Pacific Northwest flavor, enjoy a lineup of amazing local brews and ciders at Husky Stadium. Georgetown Brewing, run by dogs who make sure you have darn tasty beer. Two Towns Cider, crafted in the Pacific Northwest since 2010. And Seattle's Elysian Brewing Company, makers of Space Dust and 30 years of bold flavors and award-winning beers. Get the greatest of local beers all season long at the greatest setting in college football. Please drink responsibly.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network, because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G, with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and instant talk and say, "You won't believe where I am."
T-Mobile has the best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. See T-Mobile.com/network.
Andrew Allison back inside the network studios, getting you an out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Angel of the Winds Casino Resort, the official casino resort partner of Husky Athletics, the official escape for the dogs. Well, this game's gone final since we last talked to you. 9th-ranked LSU shuts out 4th-ranked Clemson in the second half, getting the win 17-10. That's just the 12th loss of Dabo Swinney's career, where he led at halftime. One other Big Ten score to get you at the end of the first quarter. Utah on the road leads UCLA 13-0. It's 7-7 going to the second quarter of our game. Let's go back to the booth. Tony, Cam.
Third down and 2, Andrew, for Colorado State at their own 28-yard line. Quickly to Softy on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, just watching Damon and Jed Fisk over that last sack, there was some real frustration there with those two, looking to make some big changes for the protection on this next drive to get him time to throw the ball.
Let's see if they can get the ball back in Damon's hands with a stop here on 3rd and 2. Colorado State lines up at the 28-yard line, driving from right to left. They've got it on their own side of the field. Nicolosi out of the shotgun. Low snap, digs it out. Handoff left side. Dupree gets gobbled up by Buda Al-Ukta, the first TFL of his Husky career. Last year had 5 of them for the Cougs, and a big-time stop by the Husky defense.
Tony, that was the play on the prior where you have overload right trips, and you're going to wrap the tight end back around. But Buda Al-Ukta, he baited them. He sat inside in depth, tried to hide a little bit, waited for the puller, wrapped out and around. Beautiful also. Man, Zach Dervey just absolutely set the edge like a monster.
Now Brian Hansen punts it away. Wow, look at the back pedal from Denzel Boston to take it in at his own 19. Goes to the left. Now a flag flies as he gets swarmed under at the 26-yard line. A return of 7 for now, but this one might be coming back. And that was a heck of a punt by Brian Hansen for Colorado State. You know, they're used to playing at altitude, and they're not right now. But man, that looked like an altitude kind of punt. That was a fantastic kick.
I think you're going to get a block in the back.
Yeah, likely. And so we'll see if the Huskies end up having worse field position.
Legal block in the back. Receiving team number 0. 10-yard penalty. First down. Time.
All right, that'll be Leroy Bryant, I believe, with the block in the back. All right, tonight's game brought to you by the Metropolitan Grill. Experience the best steak in town at Metropolitan Grill, available for lunch and dinner. Huskies go back on offense inside their own 20-yard line. 7-7 the score. 14-15 to go in the second quarter when we continue in a moment after this word from San Juan Seltzer.
Thank you, Husky fans, for making locally made San Juan Seltzer the Pacific Northwest's #1 craft spike seltzer. This season, try new 5% ABV San Juan Hard Lemonades, too. With less sugar and the perfect balance of sweetness and zest, choose from lemonade, dark cherry, mango, and wild strawberry flavors. So the next time you're out shopping for that pregame or tailgating event, be sure to include a 12-pack of new San Juan Hard Lemonade. Go Dogs, and please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite tailgating items at Tailgate Central QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether you're firing up the grill outside Husky Stadium or enjoying the away games at home, QFC will have your favorite tailgating items ready. Stop by today and see what the Husky tailgate vendors have for you to enjoy. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Mission inspires you to enjoy food, creating memorable moments with friends and family. Mission, make today delicious. And by San Juan Seltzer, the best local spiked seltzer. Taste the difference.
Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is your base camp for adventure. Experience the best in live entertainment with concerts, comedy shows, and sporting events. Next, take a break at one of our 6 dining venues, including an award-winning steakhouse. Amenities also include free valet, bowling, sports simulators, and your favorite games. Whatever your calling is, know Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is the official escape for the dogs, and we're closer than you think. Learn more and plan your next adventure at angelofthewinds.com.
Here we are at Husky Stadium. So good to be back, Cam. 7-7 the score, early second quarter, 14-15 to go on the clock, and the Huskies going back on offense, starting at their own 12-yard line after the block in the back penalty on the punt return. That is a big-time flip in field position because Colorado State had the ball inside their own 30, and so special teams showing up right there. Tonight's game brought to you by Husky Wireless. Take your support of UW Athletics to the next level just by paying your phone bill. Switch to Husky Mobile on the T-Mobile 5G network. Visit GoHuskyMobile.com. That's GoHuskyMobile.com. Running back in the ball game is Adam Muhammad next to Damon Williams out of the shotgun. Denzel Boston motions from right to left. Snap, throws into the flat. A little out route to Boston, who shrugs off a tackler up the left sideline. 20, 25, and driven out of bounds near the 30. But Denzel Boston with a strong catch and run for 16 yards.
I'm going to give a huge shout out to Damon Williams there. Inside free run pressure. He felt it, immediately got rid of that football. And that's what Denzel does. At 6'4", if you're going to just try to tackle him high, it's not going to work that way because he shakes it off and has a huge conversion.
Empty set here with Adam Muhammad going wide as well, and now he'll motion into the backfield as Williams goes under center. Landon Hatchett takes a snap, hold it out, hand it off, and Adam Muhammad, a bull in a china shop as he motors his way forward for a gain of 6. Reminds you kind of Richard Newton, the way he runs the football as we go down to the sidelines with Softy.
Yeah, Tony Paki-Finau at left guard. Coaches have talked about getting both those guys some action tonight to see who will come out on top when Big Ten play starts in a few weeks against Ohio State. But not nearly as much movement as game 1 last year, but Paki-Finau now in at left guard.
Yeah, great catch there. He's gained 35 pounds since high school. They got him in the weight room. They got him the nutrition, and they really like what he brings to the table as well. Shotgun snap. Williams trying to elude a rusher. Now chucks it downfield. Got a man, and it's Desmond Roebuck, the true freshman, who is able to snag it into the 43-yard line of Colorado State. What a play by Damon Williams, and Roebuck rips off a huge gain on the play. That's 29.
2 of the last 3 plays inside free run pressure. Free run pressure. And Damon Williams, that's what he does, guys. Get used to this all season long. He makes one guy miss. And welcome to college football, 81. Great catch.
Desmond Roebuck is just a sensational player. It was the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Arizona last year. And here's another Arizona native, Adam Muhammad, running downhill for a gain of 3 down to the 40-yard line before Kenyon Agers is able to stop him on the play. 2nd down, 7 to go for the Huskies in Colorado State territory. 7-7 the score.
You're going to have to use a timeout because guys are running. You would have had too many men on the field.
And Jed Fish not happy.
No, that was Colorado State.
Jed Fish is not happy because he wanted to hurry up and snap the ball.
Oh, yeah.
So looks like there was some miscommunication on the Husky end that prevented that from happening. And here we are with 12:08 to go in quarter number 2. And a timeout on the field. 7-7. Huskies tied up with Colorado State, but driving the ball from left to right here under the lights at Husky Stadium. And we'll continue in a moment after this word from your local station. This is Husky Football.
It's Softy back here. King LASIK and K2 Vision RLE have freedom vision for every stage of life. LASIK and EVO ICL from King LASIK gives freedom from glasses and contacts. Refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE adds freedom from readers and cataracts. Dr. Kapstein, Dr. King, two of the most experienced vision correction surgeons in the country. So schedule your free Zoom consultation now at freedomvision.com. King LASIK and K2 Vision RLE, proud supporters of the Huskies. Find out more, freedomvision.com.
When Seattle weather hits hard, Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning hits back with powerful performance that keeps your home perfectly comfortable, no matter the season. From icy mornings to smoky summer afternoons, Mitsubishi Electric ductless systems deliver powerful heating and cooling fast. Ready to upgrade your home comfort? Go now to ductlessHomeComfort.com to connect with your local Mitsubishi Electric Pro, trained to the highest standards. Don't wait. Comfort starts at ductlesshomecomfort.com.
Hey, Dick Fain here. If you've been thinking about getting your roof replaced but just haven't gotten around to it, there will never be a better time because prices are only going up. So if you wait till next year, you'll definitely pay more. Also, the rain has largely been turned off for a few short months, so take advantage of that window before Mother Nature beats down on us again. And did you know you can actually save money by getting a new roof due to increased energy efficiency? Call Hyder Construction today like I did and get a free inspection and estimate. You've got nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain. 425-771-3515 and HyderConstruction.com.
At Husky Stadium, 7-7 the score, 12:08 to go in quarter number 2. Kohl's has the back-to-school styles that'll spoil them at prices that'll spoil you. From jeans and tees to sneakers and more, which means you can do it all without overdoing your budget when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Husky Football from Learfield. Desmond Roebuck with the first catch of his career to help the Huskies drive. Here, a gain of 23 on the reception. And the Dogs are in Colorado State territory with the ball at the 40-yard line. 2nd down, 7 to go. And you got Damon Williams out of the shotgun, Adam Muhammad on his left hip. There's a snap, and Williams calls his own number, but runs right into a couple of Rams off the edge for a gain of nothing. Aiden Hector, the Bellevue native, who had 4.5 tackles for loss last year and 6 pass breakups, 3 forced fumbles. He's the guy that was able to step up and make the hit.
I don't think he probably should have stayed with the handoff on that side. Damon was trying to get sneaky just a little bit. It's a good read, but you had 2 guys in that moment. He can make 1 guy miss, but making 2 guys in the same spot, that's tough.
3rd down, 7 to go from the 40 of the Rams. Driving from left to right here at Husky Stadium. Going from Blitz campus toward the lake. Snap. Williams drops back to the 50-yard line. Plenty of time. Zips it deep downfield. Has Boston at the 10. Inside the 5. Reaches to the goal line. Waiting for the signal. And they put him down to the 1-yard line. 39 beautiful yards to Denzel Boston. And the Huskies are knocking on the doorstep.
They're going to go tempo. What a catch. What a placement of the football. Yeah, he's definitely short.
8 straight completions for Damon Williams. Takes a snap, handoff Adam Muhammad, lowers the shoulder, reaches to the goal line.
You got a penalty too, Tony. They were trying to get going. He's going to be short. Damon was just clapping, trying to get everything going.
We're looking for Adam Muhammad's first career touchdown, but could not quite get there. And I don't see the laundry on the field.
It's on the back right corner of the end zone.
Defense.
Okay.
12th player did not get off the field prior to the snap. Penalties have the ball from the previous spot.
We'll take it.
I think that's what Jed was unhappy with on the previous timeout. Was he wanted Damon to just go ahead and snap the ball.
You're right.
And Colorado State's having their substitution problems, and now you've got 1st and goal at the half-yard line.
In shotgun down on the red zone, or down inside the 1-yard line.
Landon Hatchett over the ball. Snap to Williams. Handoff Muhammad. Plows through the Ram defense into the end zone. Touchdown, Adam Muhammad. For the first time in his college football career, Adam Muhammad finds pay dirt. And the Huskies reclaim the lead 13-7 over Colorado State.
Go back to the previous play when Denzel gets over the top. Just that inside hand fake. Hold the ball. Just a moment, to be able to get depth, wait, patient, one slide up in the pocket, he goes over the top, makes a great play, and then they're smart enough to snap the football, get a procedure, get an illegal substitution penalty, move it up, and hand it off to 24 up the middle, who, I don't even know if anybody put a fingernail on him.
Luke Dunn to hold this extra point attempt from Grady Gross. Kick on the way is pure. 14-7. Huskies lead Colorado State, Sophie.
Yeah, Cam, you mentioned that nobody touched Muhammad. That's because the Hatchet brothers blew a hole open the size of a Volkswagen bus, and there was no one there to touch number 24. Great to see those guys back playing together again. Center and right guard
just paving the way for Adam Muhammad, who gets into the end zone for the first time as a Husky. And the Dogs lead 14-7 in this season opener against Colorado State. 10:43 to go in quarter number 2. Timeout of the field, and we'll take it as well. We'll return after this word from T-Mobile.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network, because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G, with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and Insta-talk and say, "You won't believe where I am."
T-Mobile has the best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 1H 2025. See T-Mobile.com/network.
Husky fans, come experience the purple and gold from the water with Argosy Cruises. Set sail from Carillon Point in Kirkland and cruise to Husky Stadium in true game day style. Grab a drink from the full-service bar, enjoy epic views, and skip the traffic with a sailgating cruise you'll want to repeat every home game. Save 10% on single game tickets with code HUSKIES at checkout. Book your single game cruise or season pass now at ArgosyCruises.com.
Pack up though, because Chevy SUVs have the capability to take you to some incredible places, like an adventure in the middle of in the Equinox Active, an SUV that will help you get away with confidence, or head off for a night in Chevy Traverse, with all the tech you need to stay connected, while the undeniable value of Chevy Trax will keep you moving from here to way over here. Get to all the places you want to be with Chevy SUVs. See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
Back at Husky Stadium, a little less than an hour into the 2025 season, just after 9 o'clock Pacific time. And the Huskies with a 14-7 lead over Colorado State. 10:43 to go in quarter number 2. Jani-King is the trusted cleaning and disinfecting partner for businesses throughout Washington. From stadiums to offices and more, Jani-King is your essential disinfecting service. Go Huskies. Huskies went to the tune of a 7-play, 90-yard drive. 3:32 off the clock. That was your scoring drive summary presented by Les Schwab Tire Centers. Get more from Les. Second touchdown of the game for the Dogs. Both pretty impressive drives, with Washington averaging 7.9 yards per play tonight. Ethan Michalski approaches the ball from left to right. High end over end kick. And Colorado State will try to return this from the 2-yard line across the 10, the 15-20. Hole on the right side. 25-30, 35-40 across midfield. And Colorado State into Husky territory. The tackle made on the far side of the field by Devin Bryant, who was able to prevent that thing from going all the way. But another explosive return in the kicking game for Colorado State. They've got the ball at the Washington 48-yard line to start. Well, we haven't fixed everything from last year.
No, not yet. Adam Muhammad had him in space. Just you run at full speed, and you got to break down. And sometimes it's just about getting them to slow down and change their direction. But now Bounce up to the defense. Talk about a short field for Colorado State. Great field position.
Yeah, scratch that. I said 48-yard line. They're at the 43. 10:05 to go here in the second quarter, and Colorado State does not have to go very far in order to try to tie this game up. Washington outgaining Colorado State 182-85.
I think you were right, Tony. They backed them back up.
Okay, yeah, I think the officials must have misplaced the football. So they are going to place the ball at the 47-yard line. But Colorado State's been effective running the football. Jalen Dupree, 8 carries for 65 yards. That's a career high for that young man, who only ran for 153 yards all season last year as a true freshman. And he's in the ballgame on the left hip of quarterback Braden Fowler-Nicolosi. The motion Tommy Maher from right to left. Snap. Quarterback pump fakes and then just dives forward to try to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Good job by Jacob Lane to get in the passing lane there and not give him any check down into the flat. Gain of nothing. 2nd down, 10 to go here for the Husky defense.
Just good job in space. It looks like there was a moment where Jackson Warren, number 19, the tight end, he wanted to go in the flat. He got grabbed from the side, pulled him back. Fowler-Nicolosi said, nope, I'm just going to protect this football, get down.
Isaiah Ward is on the field right now, Cam, along with Jacob Lane. Uyunglele, Samote Pepa, and Bryce Butler, your defensive linemen. Snap to Fowler-Nicolosi, drops back 43-yard line, guns it deep down the field. A little post route that's incomplete. Step for step in coverage was Tacario Davis, the transfer from Arizona, who's looked good so far today.
Excellent pressure again. Jacob Lane starts on the right edge possession and wraps all the way back to the inside, comes through the A-gap, through the center, and that made that ball sail a little bit because Fowler-Nicolosi had to step backwards because of the pressure coming up the middle.
Lane is out. Durfee is in for this 3rd down and 10 play. Huskies go to a nickel defense. They bring Rashawn Clark onto the field. Just 4 down linemen. As Fowler-Nicolosi tries to go up to his center, shout instructions. They're trying to communicate along the offensive line. Husky Stadium gets loud for 3rd down. Handoff Dupree, starts left, cuts right. Devin Bryant buries him into the turf. What a hit by number 17. The veteran linebacker for the Dogs just smacked the freshman running back Dupree and drove him into the artificial turf for 4th down and 8.
Well, you mentioned Devin Bryant, but it was McKellisteen who comes down and forces it from the inside. And it was a cleanup and a spike, and look at this, might as well go for it on the other side of the 50. The metrics tell you.
I suppose they are. It looks like they're going to drop back and do a pooch punt. Fowler-Nicolosi will get an end-over-end kick with no returner back there, and it rolls inside the 15, the 10, the 5, and down to the 1-yard line. Wow. So they put their offense on the field, but kind of a la Jake Browning, they dropped him back, the quarterback, to a 10-yard snap, and then he just did the little pooch kick. It worked out beautifully for Colorado State, and the Huskies are backed up to their own 1-yard line. Let's chip it down to the sidelines with Softy.
Yeah, Tony, you stole the words out of my mouth. The pooch kick with Jake Browning in attendance here tonight, starting the siren. But that 2nd down play to Tacario Davis, just great coverage again. You don't see a lot of picks by him or Brysock because people don't normally throw their way. As a matter of fact, both those guys have 2 interceptions combined lifetime, and they both came in the same game 2 years ago against Wazoo. Tacario picked off Cam Ward, and Brysock picked off Johnny Mateer, and now they're both playing together in Seattle. How about that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild to think about. And, both those guys, man, the length that you see from both of them. It's 6'4". It's probably the tallest pair of starting quarterbacks in all of college football. But what's more important than the length is just the ability to execute. And we've seen Tacario Davis already have a pass breakup today on a deep ball downfield.
You're going to challenge a guy with that kind of length. That's why I said good luck, but it also just gives shout out to the pressure. He hasn't been comfortable getting to see not only if you're going to go deep on those 2 corners, that ball's in the air, the longer it is in the air. I know I'm saying they're 6'4", but their arms are long, the extension, and they're not slow. Those guys can run, so good luck.
1-2 punch at running back. Both have scored in this game. Jonah Coleman explosive from 26 yards out. Adam Muhammad lunged in from a yard out. The Huskies with a 14-7 lead over Colorado State. Jonah Coleman 6 carries for 38 yards. All of that coming in quarter number 1. Want to mention in this first ever meeting between Washington and Colorado State, there aren't very many common connections between the two programs, but one is certainly Mike Lude, former UW athletic director who passed away in March of 2024 at the age of 101, Cam. We saw him at the Michigan game back in 2021, a guy that stayed far younger than his age for a very long time. Well, he was a head coach at Colorado State from 1962 to 69. He took over a winless program, led CSU from independent status into the WAC, which eventually became the Mountain West, and he left CSU to become the AD at Kent State, where he made a big impact on the history of college football. He hired a young man by the name of Don James to be the head coach at Kent.
Kind of a big deal.
Followed him to Montlake, where they had quite the run from 1976 to 1991 together. And Mike Lude actually even went skydiving at the age of 93. He's just an incredible human being. Former Colorado State head coach and former Washington AD Mike Lude, who we miss. 101 years on this planet. Passed away about 18 months ago. There's going to be a flag on the play, and going to get Gary and Hatch a little.
Ball start. Offense, number 56. At least half the distance to the goal. First down.
Good news is you can't go much further backwards.
That's about a 6-inch penalty.
Yes.
So the Huskies have about a blade of grass between the football and the goal line on their own side of the field. Snap. Fires a pass. Denzel Boston catches and gets across the 10 to the 12-yard line. Gain of 11. You want to talk about a quick slant. That was a lightning quick slant as Damon Williams completes his 9th straight pass.
I like that. It's not that it's risky. It's just super efficient because you're going to have an RPO handoff and Denzel just slips into the slot. Quick ball. Efficient. Now you get that breathing room already.
9 for 10 today after an early incompletion. Jonah Coleman in the backfield with Williams, who throws to Decker DeGraff, sure-handed tight end, dives to the ground after making the completion. And again, it's Owen Long. We've called his name a ton tonight for Colorado State, who's there on the tackle. Short gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7 to go.
I love that the quick decisions come out. So just a 5-yard out route, just stick route. Decker goes, the ball's just on the upfield shoulder. I mean, that's great coverage by the linebacker, and the ball's outstretched and just misses him by a hand length.
14-7, the Washington lead. Tight end motions from right to left. It's DeGraff. Handoff goes, Williams calls his own number, runs off to the right, flag flies. He's up the right sideline, 30, 40, and out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Washington, but I think this one might come back.
Yeah, I think you're going to get an illegal formation or motion in that guy. I think Damon knew that as he rounded the corner.
Yeah, he turned on the Jets, but didn't bother trying to score there.
No. Or it's just maybe not.
Oh, hold on here.
Was it in the neutral zone?
Offside.
Yeah.
Defense.
Now, I'll tell you what. He took off sprinting up the right sideline, and I'm not 100% sure. Like, obviously he wants to take care of himself, but there was plenty of space between him and,
I agree,
the next Colorado State player who was getting ready to push him out of bounds. I'm not saying he would have scored necessarily, but 1st and 10 for Washington at its own 43-yard line. Williams under center. A play fake. Good pass pro from Coleman. Check down to the tight end DeGraff, who stumbles his way forward for a gain of 4. And guess who? Owen Long with the tackle again for Colorado State. That's already his 9th tackle today for the Rams.
Man, is he everywhere right now? He is. It's a great tackle because that Y screen, tight end screens, good job staying on the line of scrimmage. Drew has a party. He comes to the outside. He can't get there wide enough, so he pushes him a little bit, but
gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down, 7 to go. John Mills back in at left guard here for the Huskies. They'll motion to Audric Harris. Handoff, Jonah Coleman. Space on the left side in the B gap. And again, Long is the one who prevents the touchdown there. But Jonah Coleman just allowed Long to hop on his back and go for a ride down to the Ram 39-yard line. 1st down, Huskies.
I just can't tell you how I love the fact that these runs, and he's not even getting impact or touched at those zone plays now. Offensive line doing a great job keeping their shoulders square.
Under center, Damon Williams this time takes a snap. Handoff Jonah Coleman again. Oh, they read that beautifully. Colorado State with all sorts of pressure. Gabe Jones, 300-pounder from Dallas, Texas. Transfer from New Mexico State was the first one there. That's a loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13, Softy.
Yeah, just to Cam's point, the lack of substitutions on the offensive line. John Mills is back in the game at left guard, by the way. That's the only position that's rotating in and out. Everybody else has played the entire half.
We'll see if they can play their way down to the goal line with Washington already leading 14-7. 6:03 to go in quarter number 2. Out of the shotgun, Damon Williams. Jonah Coleman on his right hip. Trip set off to the right. Now Rasheed Williams will motion from right to left. Landon Hatchett with a shotgun snap. Williams drops back to midfield. Fires over the middle. And incomplete. Pass broken up on the play by number 17, C.J. Blocker, who stuck his hand in there on a pass intended for Rasheed Williams. That ends 11 straight completions for Damon Williams. 3rd and 13, a difficult situation here, Cam, for the Husky offense. But with the ball at the Ram 42-yard line, you probably feel good about trying to get maybe even 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, here. I think this is, you get half, you're in good shape to go for it.
DeGraff motions left to right, snap to Williams. Williams well protected. Oh, that time ran out. And he probably had a chance to get rid of the football, but instead it was Owen Long and Robert Edmondson who got after him at the Purple W, and a second sack taken by Damon Williams will force the Dogs to punt.
Well, it was max protection, so you're okay there. He was patient. He thought he could wait for just a moment to be able to find a window, and did not. He ate that football to give that first sack of the game. His eyes went right down. And
4th and 21 to go. Looks like Tommy Maher, is back to return the punt. Luke Dunn gets it away. Maher calls for the fair catch at the 8-yard line. And Colorado State is backed up at its own 8, with the Huskies leading 14-7. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. So field position is swinging back in Washington's favor after the Huskies put a few first downs together there. Let's see if maybe the defense can help the Huskies keep Colorado State pinned down at this end. We haven't seen a turnover yet today, Cam.
Oh, I like what you're throwing out there.
Let's see. Good crowd here at Husky Stadium for the first game of the season. I know folks have talked about 8 p.m. games, that sort of stuff. Husky Nation shows up. Really nice crowd here under the lights on Montlake tonight. Braden Fowler Nicolosi out of the shotgun at his own 3-yard line, takes a snap, drops back into the end zone. He's going to loft one deep up the right sideline. Incomplete. Well overshot the intended target, and Tacario Davis was all over him.
First step. There wasn't any hesitation whatsoever. I mean, they're going after it. You're going after one of the best corners in the nation, and he is just in lockdown mode.
Tried to squeeze it into Petey Tucker up the right sideline, transfer from Georgia State, who had 30 catches a year ago for the Panthers. Second down, 10 to go. Colorado State with the football at its own 8-yard line. Durfee and Lane off the edges. 2 down linemen. They'll throw into the flat. It's caught there by Lloyd Avon, who gets swarmed under. Jacob Lane on the far side of the field. X-Ray Alexander was there to help out as well. The Huskies had great pursuit on the swing pass off to the right. It's 3rd and 10.
6'5", 260. The junior out of Puyallup just runs the side and elevates and makes that tackle. You want to talk about speed on the edge. It's getting better and better throughout the game.
Colorado State 0 for 4 on third down today, Cam. Huskies outgaining the Rams 231-87. They lead 14-7. 4:15 to go in the second quarter. Snap, Fowler, Nicolosi back to the goal line. Pump fakes, tucks it, runs right into X-Ray Alexander. Gain of 2 on the scramble, but well short of the first down, and Colorado State will have to punt.
Well, you rush 4 and you drop 7. So that means that the quarterback's going to be able to make the decision. Fowler, Nicolosi goes, okay, I can just scramble. I'm going to make this play up the middle. Nothing. You want to talk about closing speed right to it. He didn't like that decision whatsoever as he tried to get down before he got walloped.
So I got to say something, Cam, that not that I'm trying to jinx things or anything, but a 3-and-out for Colorado State, then a 9-play touchdown drive, and then 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. And the guy that led the touchdown drive,
nowhere to be seen.
Taj Bullock, we haven't seen him at all. And so on this long punt, Denzel Boston calls for a fair catch at his own 41-yard line. Huskies will take over there. But it was Bullock who kind of came out of nowhere as a third-string quarterback, used as a wildcat guy, used as a wide receiver, helped put that drive together, and then we haven't seen him since.
If you're not trying to fool anybody, so that's OC Matt Mummy, who's maybe they're okay, we got a package for him, and they used up all the plays, and they said, well, we don't have any more. They used them all on that drive.
Try him again. I don't know. I mean, it was effective, and it was really the only thing that's been effective for Colorado State today against what's otherwise been a very good performance for the Washington defense. Huskies leading 14-7 over Colorado State, 3:29 to go here in the second quarter. Snap to DeMond Williams. Williams stays cool in the pocket, fires a fastball, nearly picked off by the safety who was hanging out there in center field. That's number 13, Jake Jarmulowicz, who was able to break it up. I think they tried to get it to Rashid Williams over the middle, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Rashid he's going, I was getting held. Ball was coming across. He's thinking he's getting grabbed. DeMond was waiting for it. It's good. He is getting grabbed. I can see it right there. He's pulling the back of his jersey, pulling on. It was a great job.
Denzel Boston is wide to the left. Rashid Williams off to the right. Got tight end Quentin Moore on the right side with Decker DeGraff on the left. Handoff Jonah Coleman, starts right, cuts left, leaps over a man, gets across the 50, and tackle to the 45 of Colorado State. But Jonah Coleman's having a day. Just his 9th carry so far today. Rips off 14 there. He's got 64 on the ground here in the first half.
That's just a simple zone. Let me design it as quick as it can. You got 12 personnel, 2 tight ends to the right. Everyone steps to the right. That ball, Jonah sets it, moves to the right. He cuts all the way back off of Decker DeGraff on the left side. That's how wide zone can come all the way back. Great play by Jonah, his recognition.
Out of the shotgun, 12 personnel again. Handoff Coleman. Huge hole in the middle, across the 40, the 35, and down to the 34-yard line. Jake Jarmulowicz on the tackle for Colorado State. Huskies move the chains.
They run it back-to-back times. You want to go back to the greatest, one of the best zone-running teams of all time is watching the Broncos run it in 97, 98. That was a pretty good group on the offensive line. You can see Jonah, he's patient as he lets it evolve in front of him. He's finding windows today that we didn't see last year with this O-line group.
No doubt. He made a lot of things happen with a lot less to work with. He's got 75 yards on the ground here in this first half. Huskies up 14-7, looking for more. They've got it at the 34 of Colorado State. Snap, Williams, is he going to run? Throws a stiff arm out there, scrambles his way out of bounds on the right side. Maybe picked up a yard. I think they're going to mark him out at the original line of scrimmage. 34-yard line, 2nd down, 10 to go. Jonah Coleman, 5 100-yard games a year ago. And hoping to maybe get another one here tonight as we hit the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Huskies up 14-7 on Colorado State and looking to add to the lead. They'll also get the football to open up the second half. So a big opportunity here for the Huskies, and we'll see if they convert after this word from QFC.
Hey, Dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite tailgating items at Tailgate Central QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether you're firing up the grill outside Husky Stadium or enjoying the away games at home, QFC will have your favorite tailgating items ready. Stop by today and see what the Husky tailgate vendors have for you to enjoy. Brought to you by Nature's Own Perfectly Crafted Buns, the perfect bun for any tailgate, and by Chateau Saint Michelle, Washington's founding winery and proud wine partner of Husky football. Go Dogs!
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill, when your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway, and you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The official airline of the Washington Huskies is your window to the world. Introducing Atmos Rewards, a new loyalty program by Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. It's the #1 airline rewards program, according to U.S. News & World Report, and your invitation to explore over 1,000 global destinations with over 30 airline partners, including oneworld. Go to atmosrewards.com to sign up and start your journey today. That's atmosrewards.com.
The Huskies have been good on the ground tonight. 21 carries, 111 yards for Jonah Coleman, Damon Williams, and Adam Muhammad together. They've got a couple touchdown runs. Williams efficient through the air, 11 of 14, 145. Dogs up 14-7 on Colorado State with 2 minutes to go in this first half. Quick break out of the huddle. Williams goes straight under center, takes a snap, rolls out to the left, looking. Williams is going to run upfield and run right into the linebacker, Owen Long, again, who has his 11th tackle, career high here in this first half. Gain of 3 on the run down to the 31. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And the Huskies will burn their second timeout.
So just enough patience there when he rolls out. You can see Damon, he sees a window. He had Raiden Vinesbright running with him step for step, slightly out front. He could have caught it to him maybe with a pump fake, but even in those moments there, I know he's young and he's aggressive. I just don't want to see him taking extra hits.
Yeah, especially head first.
Yes.
Kind of in those situations. Raiden Vinesbright has played several snaps here in this first half. We saw Des Roebuck make his first career catch. No targets, I don't believe, yet for Vinesbright, but got Colorado State has kind of stepped up defensively on 3rd down and long. That's where they've come up with their couple of sacks, and we'll see whether or not the Huskies can dial up something effective here on this 3rd and 7. Washington 2 for 5 on 3rd down tonight, 1 for 1 on 4th. Break out of the huddle.
Expect pressure. It's been pressure in these moments all night tonight.
Bad snap, and it's recovered by Colorado State. Damon Williams never got the snap, and Colorado State jumps on the football.
It was an early snap by Landon Hatchett, and it wasn't even a call there at that moment.
Jaquez Evans, transfer from Baylor, comes up with the fumble recovery, but the Huskies just were not ready for this play whatsoever.
Boy, mental errors will kill you, especially in 3rd down situations. You had all the momentum. You got a punt. You had great rhythm. In that situation, it's just, man, mental errors.
A frustrating one for Washington, considering that they were deep in Colorado State territory again. It looked like Damon was shouting over to his wide receivers on the right side, which were both true freshmen. They had Roebuck and Vinesbright as the 2 receivers off to the right. And in that extra communication, I think Hatchett thought he was calling for the football. So now Colorado State has it at their own 34. Snap, Fowler Nicolosi rolling out to the right, throws far side. It's caught by Mari, tiptoes out of bounds. There's a hanky on the far side of the field. We'll see if this gain of 7 stands.
Well, there's always some early working the kinks out feel on offense.
Legal formation, 5 in the backfield, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Fourth penalty tonight for Colorado State. But to your point, Cam, this is a Washington team that you heard Jed Fish talk about it in the pregame. His biggest key tonight was turnover margin. Yep. He felt like if they'd go +1 or better, they'd have a chance to really pull away. If they lost the turnover margin, they'd keep Colorado State in the game. And it seems like, at least here, late in the first half, that's starting to show up with 1:34 to go. Helmet high snap. Fowler Nicolosi fires over the middle. It's caught by Warren, the tight end. He's driven to the ground by Devin Bryant. Nice one-on-one tackle at the 36-yard line. A short gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Let's go down to the sideline with Softy.
Yeah, guys, Landon Hatchett just owning that. And in the offensive line huddle to tell the guys to flush it and move on, Jonah Coleman walking over saying, it's over, we're done, get the ball back and score.
2nd down, throw, big hit. Alex McLaughlin takes the legs out from underneath the tight end, Jackson Warren, who was the target there again, and a short gain of 2 on the play. There's a shaken up Ram on the far side of the field. It's Tommy Marr, that wide receiver.
Just open field tackles, Tony, the last 2 plays. Previously, Devin Bright on a crosser route. What a great open field tackle. And there, Alex McLaughlin downhill on that was a big tight end, and there was a physical impact, but open field tackles, not letting those extra yards, is critical.
Again, McLaughlin, transfer from Northern Arizona, a big hitter, and new safeties coach Taylor Mays said a lot of playing safety is just running and tackling, and that's what he does to a T. Is Alex McLaughlin, a guy with 12 career TFLs coming into the game, 7 career sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 10 pass breakups, and 6 interceptions in just 2 seasons at Northern Arizona. He had 96 tackles a year ago.
No, he looks great already.
Also cut his hair too. He had the hair all through camp. That was. It looked like he was going to be a. He looked like he was going to maybe be a red-headed Troy Polamalu.
Little flow.
But instead, he is a little clean cut here for the season opener.
Trim it up, get faster, I guess.
No doubt. Well, this a little concerning for Colorado State, but I was going to say their head coach was coming all the way out to check on Tommy Marr, who finally springs up and now trots off to the sideline under his own power. So that's good to see. But 3rd down and 6, critical upcoming for Colorado State. 58 seconds to go before halftime. Huskies on top 14-7. And the Rams have the ball their own 38-yard line. Got to get to the 44 to keep this drive alive.
Well, you'd love to get off the field here.
Big opportunity.
2 timeouts. You do get the football coming out of halftime. So you can make some noise here if you can get off the field.
Tay Lanier is wide to the right. He was a teammate of McLaughlin's at Northern Arizona a year ago. Fowler Nicolosi out of the gun. Takes the helmet high snap, looks, throws far side of the field for Lanier. It's caught, and he's got the first down. Got the ball around to Cario Davis, who did push him out of bounds at the 48-yard line, but again at 10 moves the sticks.
Well, you brought a corner blitz to the field side. To the boundary side, so they were thinking that they were going to roll to the left. They did not, and that off coverage by Tacario. He just tried to set his heels, make sure you don't get beat deep, and it was good recognition.
Uyangolele and Ontario Thompson, the down lineman here. Fowler Nicolosi throws off his back foot, just chucks it out of bounds, incomplete.
Is that not intentional grounding?
Well, I think there's a case that could be made he was still in the box.
Yeah. Interesting. There was nobody near that football. Nobody. Are they saying he's outside the tackle box?
Maybe barely. 2nd down, 10 to go for the Rams. Huskies up by 7 with 46 seconds to go in the first half. Dogs will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Would love to see a big stop here for the Husky defense. Fowler Nicolosi takes a snap, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, zips it ahead. It's caught on the play. And a big tackle made by the true freshman. That's Rylan Dillard Allen, who chose the Huskies over Alabama, but not before a first down pass for Colorado State to the 36-yard line of the Huskies.
Good step up by Nicolosi. You're going to get a timeout by Washington to avoid. It would have been a legal substitution.
That's the last timeout here for Washington in this first half. So 32 seconds left, and this is a critical series here, Cam. I mean,
have to hold him to a field goal attempt. You have to.
Washington has really dominated this game in a lot of ways, outgaining Colorado State 256 to 124. They've led throughout. It's kind of felt like Washington's dominating, but if Colorado State scores, it's a tie game at halftime.
Well, that's how football goes. You could have 1 or 2 drives. You're dominating 5 of the 7 drives, but those 2 account for points, and they control the entire field, and now they get it. 3rd down conversions
and the -1 turnover.
Yeah,
I mean that sticks out like a sore thumb on the stat sheet. So we'll see if the Huskies can keep Colorado State out of the end zone here with 35 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Fowler Nicolosi threw for almost 3,000 yards a year ago, 14 touchdowns. Was a bit interception prone. He had 9 giveaways. He goes with a 3-by-1 set here. He's got Dupree in the backfield with him. Out Out of the shotgun from the 36 of Washington. They'll run a speed option into the boundary. Pitch goes to Dupree. He's out of bounds. Al-Uqda knocked him there after a gain of 3.
Interesting play call there as you go into the boundary with an option play. Still Colorado State, still one timeout left. They can afford to take some shots in the middle.
From the 33-yard line, 2nd down and 7 to go. Sticking with a 3-by-1 set. Fowler Nicolosi takes a snap, backpedals, fires, an out route that's caught. McLaughlin yanks Jackson Warren out of bounds in the red zone at the 18-yard line, but a gain of 15 will put Colorado State in business. 25 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Let's see if Washington decides to create some pressure and blitz-wise. You're only rushing 4, allowing him to slide back to his left, going with coverage under pressure in this, now inside the red zone.
1-by-2 set. He'll throw to the tight end, Warren again. Again, McLaughlin comes up with a big ankle tackle at the 16-yard line, and Colorado State scurrying to the line of scrimmage with 15 seconds left in the half. They did call timeout. So they've got 1 remaining. The Huskies up 14-7 on Colorado State.
Well, they can now get a first down on the 8-yard line. However, they're out of timeout, so every play now is in the end zone. Every play is a shot, and if they do, they're going to have to figure out if they can spike. You got 15 seconds. Typically, we'll say 2 plays at best, but it have to be shot in the end zone or shot to the sideline.
You're right. They do not have a timeout remaining. I was wrong. I was earlier looking at the TV monitor, but in stadium, the official says that no timeouts remaining for Colorado State. So that's crucial here. With 2nd down and 7 coming up. Rams have the football at the west end of Husky Stadium, 15-yard line. Driving from right to left here on the season opener for 2025. Dogs up 14-7. 17 seconds to go in the second quarter. A miscue on a snap. The only turnover of the game so far, and the Huskies -1 in that critical category. Snap, Fowler Nicolosi, handoff Dupree, big hole on the right side, cuts back and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State. A 15-yard touchdown run for Jalen Dupree. 11 carries for 85 yards, a career day for the redshirt freshman, and Colorado State's an extra point away from tying it up with 11 seconds to go in the half.
Well, you know what? You caught Washington, and it's a gutsy call. You knew you could, if you were tackled in bounds, you could spike it, but that's just a good job of execution. Mikhail Hasteen has the tackle in space, did not make it. Washington thought they were going to get shots in the end zone. They called pass coverage, did not bring any pressure on that side for the run. Heck of a play.
Isaiah Hankins on to try the extra point that could tie the ball game up. Left-footed kicker. Puts it through, and we're tied at 14 as we go down to the sidelines with Softy.
Yeah, I think I may have jinxed those guys subconsciously. I was just going to talk about, we have not heard the words missed tackles from either one of you much tonight, and we saw one right there from Mikhail Hasteen. A chance to make a play right about the 6 or 7 yard line, got juked and gives up that touchdown, man. A bad time for that.
Well, Dupree has been impressive. I mean, he had 6 carries for 50 yards in his college football debut last year against San Jose State, but still maintained his red shirt by only playing in 4 games. They did put him in the bowl game, and he had a solid game against Miami, Ohio. But we're talking about a kid that was prolific in high school. 6,800 rushing yards in his high school career. 93 touchdowns. Now, a little under-recruited, but man, this redshirt freshman for Colorado State has been impressive.
Well, not only has he been impressive, but going into this game, you could see he was going to be one of their feature backs. He was going to be competing with Justin Marshall, but it's just been his ability. You make a missed tackle in that moment, but if he gets tackled in bounds right there, you're risking the fact that, okay, you might get the spike off, but then you have to make a shot in the end zone.
You're right.
He makes Mikhail Hasteen and makes him miss. And that's a veteran guy coming from the safety position.
A 6th-year guy. The Huskies' only 6th-year guy. A squib kick that's grabbed by Jonah Coleman at the 10-yard line. And he'll bring it back across the 30, 35. Coleman out of bounds, 36-yard line. And there's 4 seconds left on the clock. So we'll see whether or not Washington decides to just heave this thing. You do have a strong-armed quarterback in DeMond Williams. So, you probably don't do it from the 20, but from the 36, Maybe? What do you think, Cam?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think you're going to take a risk of a long return or bad stats. Quarterbacks don't like to throw that unless it's really meaningful. Pick or anything that can happen. So you could see a screen, you could see an inside run, anything.
Williams out of the shotgun, takes a snap, handoff Coleman, straight ahead. Breaks a couple tackles and gets up to the 43-yard line where the half comes to an end. So Colorado State had 6 drives in the first half. 4 of them were 3-and-outs, but the other 2 were long touchdown drives down the field. And the last one ended with 10 seconds left in the half. And here we go into the locker room, tied up at 14 between the Huskies and Colorado State. Our halftime show is coming up next with Andrew Allison back in the network studios with a recap of the first half. That's when we continue in a moment after this word from Banner Bank.
At Banner Bank, we're big Husky fans, so we want you to know you can win big every day at Banner with the award-winning financial services you deserve from people you can trust. Visit any Banner Bank branch or find us at bannerbank.com and see why Banner Bank was named one of America's best regional banks by Newsweek and one of the 100 best banks in America by Forbes for the 8th year in a row. Banner Bank. Game-changing service, no trick plays. Banner Bank. Member FDIC.
Washington. The purple-clad people filing into this college football cathedral.
Colorado State.
The greatest setting in college football. Husky Stadium.
This is UW football from Learfield. Looking to get out there and feel the in your hair? Chevy EVs have you covered. Like the Blazer EV with bold style that's sure to you away. And with Silverado EV, towing is a breeze with the capability to hitch up and tow with ease. And Equinox EV helps you keep moving along like with confidence. See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
The hype around the Dogs team this year is heating up, and so is the schedule at Valentine Roofing. Now's the time for Husky fans to act before the fall wind and rain expose a real problem. Get your roof, siding, or gutter project locked in before Labor Day to secure priority scheduling on select projects. Valentine priority scheduling means we'll begin the work on your home within just 3 weeks of signing your agreement. Spots are limited, so call 206 Roofing to get on Valentine's priority schedule and get a free estimate. That's 206 Roofing.
Are you an experienced HVAC technician? Local 32 is hiring now, partnering with top contractors across Western Washington. Earn top pay, enjoy paid on-call at $330 a week, and get 100% coverage for medical, dental, and vision for your entire family. We offer continuous training, free CEUs, and the chance to work on cutting-edge equipment. Are you ready to grow your career? Local 32 sets the standard in pay, benefits, and opportunity. Join Local 32, where your future begins.
Welcome to the Husky Halftime Report on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield. A first half recap, stats, scores, and highlights are all straight ahead. Now, back to the stadium.
Andrew Allison back inside the Learfield Network studios as we are tied at the break 14-14 between Washington and Colorado State. Let's take a look at the first half recap. This game got off to a Husky start, 3-and-out, forced by the defense. And then Jonah Coleman picked up where he left off last season.
Right in motion, handoff Jonah Coleman, off right tackle, bound a hole, and he is gone. 10-5, touchdown, Jonah Coleman. A beautiful run and a beautiful block setting the edge. Jonah Coleman explodes into the end zone from 26 yards out, and the Huskies drive right down the field to open up the season with a 6-0 lead.
That made it 7-0 at the time. But then the Rams responded right back with a touchdown drive of their own, making it 7-7 mid-first. Both offenses started to stall out a little bit, but then the Huskies got it going. A deep pass to Denzel Boston, then set up Adam Muhammad for his first touchdown of his Washington Husky career.
Landon Hatchett over the ball, snap to Williams, handoff Muhammad, plows through the Ram defense into the end zone. Touchdown, Adam Muhammad, for the first time in his college football career. Coleman finds pay dirt, and the Huskies reclaim the lead 13-7 over Colorado State.
PAT was good, made it 14-7. It looked like the Huskies might be able to drive going for a 2-minute drill, but then a Washington fumble set up Colorado to score with 12 seconds left before the break to tie this game 14-14. That's where we're at right now, and that is your first half recap. We'll take another break. We'll come back, and we'll get a look at the Angel of the Wind scoreboard after this as you're listening to the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Washington Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Thank you, Husky fans, for making locally made San Juan Seltzer the Pacific Northwest's #1 craft spike seltzer. This season, try new 5% ABV San Juan Hard Lemonades, too, with less sugar and the perfect balance of sweetness and zest. Choose from lemonade, dark cherry, mango, and wild strawberry flavors. So the next time you're out shopping for that pregame or tailgating event, be sure to include a 12-pack of new San Juan Hard Lemonade. Go Dogs, and please enjoy responsibly.
Keep your summer fun going in the best-selling Toyota Tacoma. Now through September 2nd, get 4.75 APR financing on a powerful new 25 Tacoma. Excludes Toyota Pro and Trail Hunter. Or you can lease a new 25 Tacoma SR5 double cab for just $299 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. A negotiable doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Call 1-888-48-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Time for a check of scores from around the Big Ten and Top 25. Presented by Angel of the Winds Casino Resort, the official casino resort partner of Husky Athletics, and the official escape for the Dogs.
Andrew Allison back inside the network studios. We are knotted up at 14 apiece between Washington and Colorado State. Let's take a look around the out-of-town scoreboard. A lot of these games have already gone final. We'll start in Atlanta with 24th-ranked Tennessee downing Syracuse in a neutral site game. The Vols get it done 45-26. After that, we will move to Bloomington, where 20th-ranked Indiana struggled a little bit with Old Dominion, but got the win 27-14. 19th-ranked Texas A&M at home hosting UTSA. Pulls away late, 42-24. 17th-ranked Kansas State squeaks by at home against North Dakota, 38-35. 14th-ranked Michigan pulls away late from New Mexico, 34-17. Florida State defeats 8th-ranked Alabama at home, 31-17. That makes it the first loss in the month of August in Alabama history. They were 10-0 prior to that. Number 9, LSU comes back from a halftime deficit to defeat number 4 Clemson on the road, 17-10. That's the 12th loss in Dabo Swinney's career when they've led at halftime. Second-ranked Penn State, no issues with Nevada, 46-11. The big game, though, in Columbus, top-ranked Texas, third-ranked Ohio State, the most anticipated season opener in history. Buckeyes led 14-7, but Texas had the ball and needed a fourth down conversion to extend the game.
Minute 34 on the clock. 4th and 5, Texas at the 50. Longhorns have Livingstone, one of 2 wide to the left. Single flanker, Wingo to the right. Weisner in the backfield to the right of Arch Manning. 4th down, Texas operating for the 50-yard line. Manning gets the snap, drops it as 40, and he's grabbed by C.J. Hicks, flails a pass that's caught by Andrews out on the left line where he's tackled at the Ohio State 48 by safety Caleb Downs, shy of the conversion, and the Buckeyes will take over on downs.
Paul Keels on the call from Learfield. Ohio State gets the win 14-7. Texas becomes the first AP top team to lose their opening game since 1990. Game that just went final. 16th ranked SMU handles East Texas A&M 42-13, and into the third quarter in Tempe, 11th ranked Arizona State up 31-13 on Northern Arizona. Going to the half in the Rose Bowl, Utah leads UCLA 23-7 in that old Pac-12 matchup. That'll do it for your out-of-town scoreboard. Here in our game, Washington and Colorado State knotted up at 14 apiece. That does it for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Angel of the Winds Casino Resort, the official casino resort partner of Husky Athletics, the official escape for the dogs. When we come back, we will go back to the booth with Tony and Cam, and eventually Softy will have Jed Fish. But all that coming up after this break on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite tailgating items at Tailgate Central QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether you're firing up the grill outside Husky Stadium or enjoying the away games at home, QFC will have your favorite tailgating items ready. Stop by today and see what the Husky tailgate vendors have for you to enjoy. Brought to you by Alberto. Be on the lookout for the new Alberto grass-fed beef sticks. Alberto, 100% grass-fed beef, 0% BS. And by High Noon. Sun's up.
Washington, Colorado State.
Settle in and enjoy Husky football at the greatest setting.
This is UW football from Learfield.
It's 4th and goal this Labor Day weekend, and Bowen Scar Ford in Kent is driving in the winning play.
At Bowen Scar Ford, every qualifying new Ford comes back with our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The ultimate protection for your season ahead. Plus, check out our huge selection of certified used Fords, all priced to move fast. And this Labor Day weekend only, score 4 years of included maintenance with your Ford purchase. That's right, 4 years of worry-free driving, excluding diesel models.
Don't wait. Bowen Scar Ford in Kent is your home field advantage all season long.
Hi, Coach Mike Holmgren here for R&R Foundation Specialist. R&R Foundation Specialist has a strong game plan for all your foundation and waterproofing needs. Many factors can contribute to a wet basement. Clogged footing drains, a cracked foundation, even changes in your landscape are some ways water damage can occur. R&R has crews ready to evaluate your home and give you an honest and fair assessment of the problem, as well as the cost. No hidden fees and no fumbles in workmanship with R&R Foundation Specialist. Visit rrfoundationspecialist.com.
Want to cut your energy bills without cutting comfort? Mitsubishi Electric ductless systems are up to 30% more efficient than traditional HVAC, saving you money every month. Savings because you heat and cool only where you need it. Plus, ultra-quiet operation and clean air filtration for smart comfort you can feel. Ready to save? Go to ductlesshomecomfort.com and connect with your local Mitsubishi Electric and Air Conditioning Pro, trained to deliver maximum efficiency. Start saving on energy bills at ductlesshomecomfort.com.
All right, we're tied at 14 back at Husky Stadium on this 2025 season opener. Tony Castricone, Cam Cleland with you. The Dogs had the ball up 14-7, driving in Colorado State territory. Things were looking pretty good, Cam, with about 4 minutes to go in the first half, but then looked like Damon Williams was kind of trying to shout out to his freshman wide receivers lined up to the right. Landon Hatchett took it as a call for a snap. Snapped the football. They weren't ready for it. Coughed it up. Colorado State recovers, and then they go 9 plays, 66 yards, scoring right before the end of the half in order to tie this thing up at 14. It seems like this whole game kind of hinges on that one play.
Well, that's football. Certainly, there are a couple moments in games where you look at, okay, if it changes here, you start to take a lead, you go up 21-7, and that moment that flips the entire energy to the game. Now you got the football coming out, you got a ton of confidence, but here we are, 14-14. Hats off to what Colorado State did. They capitalized. You had a chance still in that moment, Tony. It points off turnovers. Defense has got to get off the field in those moments. Stopping it on third down. They ran a corner blitz on the side, and that's where Braden Fowler Nicolosi rolled to the right, found an open spot, converted on third down, then another run, and then a couple easy throws in open space. You had good tackles in those moments, but when you needed to make a play with 17 seconds, you run the football inside the red zone, with no timeouts left. It's a gutsy call, and it paid off for him.
It was a gutsy call, and now Washington, which is outgaining Colorado State 260 to 160, is even with them on the scoreboard. 14-14 is the count. What are your keys kind of to the second half going better for the Dogs?
Well, immediately you get this football, you got to grab momentum back. You need points on this opening drive or flip the field of sorts. You have to make them go the long way. No question about it. And right now, I think the defense has to do better on first down. In my opinion, that you're looking at, if you're going to sit at a 4 position, that means you're going to rush 4 in that moment and not bring any pressure on the outside. Right now, Colorado State has done an excellent job of getting to our edges, getting outside, converting on those runs. You need to make them feel the squeeze on first down. Stop letting them have those big plays.
Yeah, the Rams are actually outgaining Washington on first down, 4.5 yards per play to 4.3 for the Huskies. Plenty of good things to report for the Washington offense. An efficient first half from Damon Williams, 11 of 14, 143 yards. Jonah Coleman, 11 carries for 81 on the ground with a touchdown, and Adam Muhammad had the first touchdown of his college football career as well. But again, all things kind of considered, the Huskies took 2 big third down sacks that were drive killers, and then they had the one turnover, which obviously automatically ended that drive as well. So even though the defense has forced 4 3-and-outs, which is a pretty good rate, they haven't forced a turnover yet, and those 2 long touchdown drives has us all squared at 14.
Yeah, if you can also get a momentum big play, and we're talking a chunky play. You had the great throw over the top to Des, and be able to see it, and Damon makes a great throw. And if there's any point in time that you can get another explosive run, something that can flip 20, 30, anything that takes that rhythm and extends that drive, I want to see some big plays from Damon. He's been very smart with the football, super efficient getting it, but those plays where you take a sack in moments on second down or third and put you in third and long, those can't be common folk here in the next second half.
Yeah, 3 guys with 3 catches. Denzel Boston, 3 for 66, but Rasheed Williams and Decker DeGraff, 3 for 18, 3 for 14. Kind of those small little out routes. Denzel did have the nice big explosive play, but so far, again, it's been an efficient offense for Washington. Yep. It's just that the game is kind of hinging on that one turnover down deep in Colorado State territory where they were able to go ahead and put a drive together after that, and you got a tie ball game at the half, 14-14, despite the fact that the Huskies are outgaining Colorado State by 100 so far in this ball game. Also, Fowler Nicolosi's been kind of crafty, and even though not super explosive, Huskies yet to really come up with a big defensive play to force a turnover or a sack. Let's chip it down to the sidelines with Softy.
Jed, an unfortunate sequence of events to end the half in a game that you had been dominating. Talk about what happened on the fumble and what the message was at halftime.
Yeah, I just self-inflicted wounds. The team that stopped us is us. We've had 4 drives or whatever it is, 2 touchdowns and 2 things that ended with a penalty and a snap that came early. Like an unexpected snap on it. I just don't, we can't have that. So we got to be able to avoid those, and then defensively, when that happens, we got to step up and get a stop.
We talked all offseason long about a rebuild offensive line. They look way different than week 1 last year. Your thoughts on that group so far?
Yeah, I like the way we're running the football. We're coming off the ball. We just got to not make some mistakes that we made that hurt us. But I think we're going to have a good second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, man.
Guys, back to you.
That's head coach Jed Fish with Dave Softy Mahler down on the sidelines. 14-14, Washington and Colorado State all knotted up. Start of the second half when we continue in a moment after this word from Abbott.
Hey Huskies, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field design Washington t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Washington in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
Hey, it's Tony Castricone. Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're a dog like me and you haven't switched your phone service to Husky Mobile, you're leaving points on the field. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and Husky Mobile contributes to UW Athletics every time you pay your monthly bill. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to wait. Switch now to the only phone plan built for Husky Nation and powered by T-Mobile. Visit GoHuskyMobile.com. That's GoHuskyMobile.com.
The
The official airline of the Washington Huskies is your window to the world. Introducing Atmos Rewards, a new loyalty program by Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. It's the #1 airline rewards program, according to U.S. News & World Report, and your invitation to explore over 1,000 global destinations with over 30 airline partners, including oneworld. Go to atmosrewards.com to sign up and start your journey today. That's atmosrewards.com.
Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is your base camp for adventure. Experience the best in live entertainment with concerts, comedy shows, and sporting events. Next, take a break at one of our 6 dining venues, including an award-winning steakhouse. Amenities also include free valet, bowling, sports simulators, and your favorite games. Whatever your calling is, know Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is the official escape for the dogs, and we're closer than you think. Learn more and plan your next adventure at angelofthewinds.com.
So good to have college football back on Montlake. 14-14 the score as Washington and Colorado State lift the lid on the 2025 schedule. And we will start this second half with the Huskies getting the ball first out of halftime. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Husky football from Learfield. State will be kicking it away from right to left. Adam Muhammad, Jonah Coleman went down to the wrong end zone, so now they're trotting their way back across the field to the other goal line. And Colorado State will kick from right to left here to start this third quarter. Cam, I was pretty excited to see a couple things about special teams. One of them, Adam Muhammad, with a nice kick return back in the first half. He had a return of 28 yards. Jonah Coleman with one of 26. And the Huskies look a little more explosive than they were a year ago.
I agree. They look disciplined. There's been a couple moments you had to flip the field on the one kickoff coverage, and Colorado State had a good job with that. But the punting game, all things aside, it has looked better and much improved this year so far.
All right, Colorado State getting ready to kick it away. It's their left footer, Isaiah Hankins, the transfer from Baylor, who's going to hit this one high, and Adam Muhammad will take it at the 6-yard line, up the right hash, across the 15, the 20, nicely blocked across the 25-30, gets to the right sideline, 35, and makes his way back inside to the 40, and a return to the 41-yard line, a return of 35 yards. A.J. Nolan on the stop for Colorado State, but nice field position to open up the second half for the Huskies.
Well, it's just wonderful. You get to see, he could have gone to the sideline and stepped out, but he put his right foot in the ground and gained another 5 yards, got physical right downhill on guys. Adam, I mean, that was a monster of a guy to bring down.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, you can listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. So DeMond Williams, 11 of 14 in the first half, goes under center. Split wideout, split tight ends. And he'll hand it Jonah Coleman, who tiptoes his way, breaks through the line, and gets to midfield on the first touch of the second half. A gain of 9 yards for Jonah Coleman, 12 touches for 90 yards on this season opener.
I know we're on the radio, but if you guys could see my smile compared to what we opened up at, the way this offensive line just pushes right now, that was 4 yards before Jonah Coleman even had contact with a white uniform.
Denzel Boston is the receiver off to the left, and to the right it's Rashid Williams. Coleman in the backfield, split tight ends again on second down. Handoff Coleman, stretch run off to the right, met at the line of scrimmage and taken to the ground shy of the first down. He'll get nothing. Jaquez Evans, transfer from Western Kentucky and Baylor, was there to make the stop for Colorado State. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
It's very close. That time, Jonah, just a slight hesitation. He didn't come out of that gate. He was waiting for a small cutback lane. It wasn't there. But this is the opening play where it's just you just got to have it here.
They'll go out of the shotgun when they need a yard, with Boston and Williams wide to the left. Williams takes the snap, handoff Jonah Coleman. He's got the first down behind center Landon Hatchett. He picks up a gain of 2 on the play, and the Huskies are into Ram territory on this opening drive of the second half. 14-14 the score, minute and a half gone by on the third quarter clock.
You mentioned 66 Landon Hatchett, but John Mills, a freshman, he got about 3 yards of push right there. There was impact, but then he got right behind 72 and fell forward to that first down.
So the Huskies, again, have been effective moving the football throughout this game, creeping up on 300 yards of total offense. 48-yard line of Colorado State. Williams takes a shotgun snap, a play fake, drops back, pressure coming, unloads, and going low to make the catches. Denzel Boston at the 33-yard line. A gain of 14 for Denzel. Lamondre Joe was there to make sure he was down, but Boston's 4th catch of the day will move the chains for the Huskies.
You get a chance to run blitz, and if that's what Colorado State does, Damon bails. Hold, kept bailing, and if that ball's out in front, Dez is still running, but that throw, you can just see the pressure where he's able to bail and gain ground and throw off his back foot for a great completion.
Cam, look at this. I formation. Cade Eldridge, the fullback, ahead of Jonah Coleman. Here's a snap, a play fake, and the Huskies are going to throw out of this. Williams looking downfield. Now he scrambles out to the right. Williams going to run across the 35-30. Oh, he shakes a man inside the 20, the 15, the 10, and down to the 5-yard line. Damon Williams just absolutely schooled a Colorado State Ram and sets the Huskies up with 1st and goal after a scamper of 29.
1987 call. They want their formation back. You tried to get him on a double move. It was a post corner with Denzel on the outside. Good job not going after it, but then I thought he could have dumped it to Jonah. He's no. I want to make a couple guys miss an open space. Takes a lick and bounced right back up.
Offset eye with Eldridge ahead of Jonah Coleman. Snap, handoff from the 7. Coleman straight downhill, breaks a tackle and gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play for Jonah Coleman. A strong run before Kenyon Agers was able to prevent the touchdown for now. 2nd and goal with 3 feet to go.
Let's see if Coach Fish stays in this formation. They're keeping 3 tight ends in here. Cade Eldridge, the transfer, comes up from USC, the local kid up there in Blaine, not just Blaine, I'm sorry, up there north of Seattle.
High formation, handoff. Eldridge lowers the shoulder into the end zone. A fullback touchdown dive for Cade Eldridge, the local product, as the Huskies reclaim the lead here in the 3rd quarter. And what a drive for the Dogs right down the field to open up the 3rd quarter. It's Washington 20, Colorado State 14.
I'll get it right. It's Linden. I'll get it right. I promise. I remember. How about that, youngster? He stayed with 44 with the fullback formation. You committed to it from 3 straight plays.
Yeah.
Why not hand it to the youngster?
The Huskies with a bit of a throwback. 3 rushing touchdowns tonight, Cam, and the Huskies with a 20-14 lead on Colorado State. Grady Gross on for the extra point attempt. Trying to make it a 7-point game. Luke Dunn gets the ball down, kick on the way, splits the uprights, and with 11:17 to go in the 3rd quarter, Washington is on top 21-14 over Colorado State. A scoring drive summary presented by Les Schwab Tire Centers. Get more from Les. 7 plays, 59 yards. Cade Eldridge, the USC transfer, comes home and plunges in from a yard out as the Huskies have taken a 21-14 lead over Colorado State. Timeout on the field, 11:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. And we'll return in a moment after this word from Coors Light.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, Dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite tailgating items at Tailgate Central QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether you're firing up the grill outside Husky Stadium or enjoying the away games at home, QFC will have your favorite tailgating items ready. Stop by today and see what the Husky tailgate vendors have for you to enjoy. Brought to you by Pacifico, a beer waiting to be discovered. Pacifico, find your own way. And by Hempler's, be the hero of your next Husky tailgate with thick-cut Hempler's bacon, smoked sausages, and premium Acernios fresh sausage links.
Keep your summer fun going at Toyota's National Sales Event. Now through September 2nd, get 1.99 APR financing on a new 25 Tundra or $3,000 customer cash. Excludes TRD Pro. Or you can lease a new 25 Tundra SR5 TrueMax for just $509 a month for 36 months with $40.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. A negotiable doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Call 1-888-48-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Washington 21, Colorado Colorado State 14 with 11:17 to go in the third quarter. Kohl's has the back-to-school styles that'll spoil them at prices that'll spoil you. From jeans and tees to sneakers and more, which means you can do it all without overdoing your budget when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Huskies get a touchdown run from fullback Cade Eldridge from Linden, Washington. Played for USC in the 2023 Holiday Bowl win over Louisville and had a 6-yard catch in the win over LSU last year, you remember, to open up the season. And, knew he was going to transfer. He considered Georgia Tech, Northwestern, and Oregon, but he said when he talked to Coach Fish, he just loved how tight ends have gone to the NFL out of his offense, and he felt like it was extremely appealing to come to Washington. Tight end coach Jordan Powpow just loves his versatility, and you saw it there as he lined up as a straight-up fullback and plunged in from a yard out. Kickoff on the way by Michalski is going to bounce at the 1-yard line and then roll out of bounds. Well, that's one thing that Michalski has struggled with a bit over his career. At Illinois last year, had 5 kickoffs go out of bounds, and that was one that was a bit of a risk by the Colorado State returner. He decided not to touch it, and the ball bounced at the 2-yard line, and then fortunately for him, bounced sideways because it easily could have been a live ball situation.
Yeah.
So 21-14, Washington over Colorado State, and the Rams will bring the ball out to the 35-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines with Softy.
Yeah, just another great performance by the offensive line guys, and you've mentioned a couple times one of our sponsors, San Juan Seltzer, right? Their founder, Katie Anger, and that's John Mills' aunt, and he is wearing the number of her father when he played football back in the day, 72. How about that?
How cool is that? That is awesome. All right, Husky Stadium gets loud as Colorado State goes up to the 35-yard line. Fowler Nicolosi takes a snap. Handoff goes Dupree. Had a sensational first half. Plows his way forward for a gain of 3. Looked like Buda Al-Ukta was the first one to get to him. Maybe give him credit for 4. It's second down. But this redshirt freshman, Jalen Dupree, out of Benton, Arkansas, has been extremely impressive today. 12 carries for 88.
I know this goes without saying. We started the broadcast talking about how this offense is based on air raid formations and reads, but this team runs the ball as good as anybody that I've ever seen with their efficiency in this offensive system.
3-by-1 formation. Uyunglele and Thompson are the down linemen. Isaiah Ward and Jacob Lane coming off the edge. Al-Ukta and Bryant are the linebackers. Snap, handoff Dupree, hesitates, runs into Ward, and then gets swarmed under by Uyunglele and Jacob Lane. So the Huskies hemmed in Dupree that time, and it's going to force 3rd and 6.
That play was made by number 91. Okay, Isaiah Ward crushed the corner and left no way to get to the outside, and Jacob Lane fills it on the backside. But 91, what a great job of setting that outside edge.
Big time play here for the Huskies and their defense trying to get off the field. Colorado State just 1 of 6 on 3rd down today. Dogs are -1 in the turnover margin, but still leading by a touchdown. 21-14. Snap. Fowler Nicolosi throws near side. It's caught and right at the stick. A nice tackle made by Leroy Bryant, but I think a first down. Tommy Maher got shaken up back in the first half, is back on the field, and he hauled that in for a gain of 6.
That's a good throw. It's tight coverage. It's a good throw and catch. You bring pressure. Ball's off his back foot. The ball's on the outside. It's just bang, bang. You tell receivers in those situations, you better get to the sticks, because if you're short, half a yard, he's short of that. That was right there.
Yeah, he's right at the 45-yard line. Snap. They're going to try an end around as they scoop it back to Jordan Ross, who's in all kinds of trouble. McLaughlin got to him for a massive loss. 10 yards backward. Alex McLaughlin got into the backfield and wrapped up Jordan Ross. He wasn't going anywhere out of the grasp of number 12.
That guy looked like an octopus. Just wrapping arms, legs everywhere. Try to get out of number 12's grasp. Good luck. You want to talk about coming up field, making sure nobody was going to get around him. What a pickup, number 12.
Alex McLaughlin, an early candidate for Defensive Player of the Game for the Huskies. 6 tackles. That was his first TFL as a dog. Out of the shotgun 2x2 set. Second down, fires over the middle, incomplete. And McLaughlin in coverage there on the tight end, Jackson Warren. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Rather, 3rd and 20 for Colorado State.
This defense looks intense right now. They just needed a couple plays, and sometimes you saw when Washington made that run, they had a great run on first down. They tried something different on the outside. It was a great tackle for loss. We talked about tackles for loss at the start of this season. How about number 12 setting it, now putting it in third and very long.
Third and 19 to go. Got to be disciplined not to commit a penalty here that might give an automatic first down. Huskies have been flagged 4 times tonight. Snap, Fowler Nicolosi throws over the middle, caught for a first down. Wow, Mikel Esteen hit the tight end Jackson Warren, who's a big 6'8", 245 target right over the middle for 23 yards.
Now, it's a small amount of play action, and when your tight end goes right down the middle, it's just the coverage situation. Safety's trying to figure out if you're going to get to the, not only to the hash mark, but the ball's just a seam route. It's one of the easiest conversions they've ever had.
Leading target for Colorado State today, 5 catches for 52. That was his longest play of the day. Snap, fakes a throw into the flat. Now tries the receiver, Maher, and
you're going to get a flag.
An easy flag on Leroy Bryant here on the near side. He just draped Maher and got him to the ground before the ball got there.
Yeah, that was as easy call as you can see. But man, Colorado State is...
They got some stuff to them.
Oh, and they have veteran players.
Defense, number 0. Plays in the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
And Braden Fowler Nicolosi, this is a guy that's a third-year starter. He's been in these moments in these games. He's not afraid to make the throws. He stepped up when he's needed to.
Tommy Maher is a guy that's a big play threat. He started as a walk-on, earned a scholarship after the Wyoming game last year, which is a big rivalry, that border war, Colorado State, Wyoming, and he had a big 53-yard catch to help swing that in favor of the Rams. Handoff, no, play fake. They're going to throw to the wide open tight end, touchdown, Colorado State. Wow. He was wide open. That tight end, Jackson Warren, just got left alone for a 27-yard touchdown reception.
Tony, we waited for number 12 as Taj Bullock comes back in the field. They're going to run what's called a fake. It's just a fake slip screen. But you pump to Taj. Everyone's pointing. Ephesians Prysock is pointing at him. They're wondering, and then it's just a shadow block where you fake, hesitate, and run the tight end up the seam. It's sometimes we called it sucker play, but that's what it worked. Great call. Great using Taj Bullock as that decoy.
Yeah. An extra point on the way. Good. Here we are tied at 21 with 8:01 to go in the third quarter. Alex McLaughlin, there was no safety back there.
Now a sucker screen. Yep.
Got pulled right up into it. So did Mikel Esteen. The tight end went right behind everybody. He caught an easy 27-yard touchdown pass. A 7-play, 65-yard drive for Colorado State to tie the game at 21. And things getting interesting here in Seattle with 8:01 to go in the third quarter. Time out on the field. We'll take it as well and return after this word from your local station. This is Husky Football.
UW-Medicine is the only health system in Washington where a top-rated medical school and a research powerhouse are directly connected to your care. That means the doctors caring for you are the same people advancing medical research and teaching the next generation of outstanding physicians. From wellness checks to complex surgeries, we're committed to providing you with the best care every day. UW-Medicine, a higher degree of health care.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything, but while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Hey, Dick Fain here. If you've been thinking about getting your roof replaced but just haven't gotten around to it, there will never be a better time because prices are only going up. So if you wait till next year, you'll definitely pay more. Also, the rain has largely been turned off for a few short months, so take advantage of that window before Mother Nature beats down on us again. And did you know you can actually save money by getting a new roof due to increased energy efficiency? Call Hyder Construction today like I did and get a free inspection and estimate. You've got nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain. 425-771-3515 and HyderConstruction.com.
21 all the score. Colorado State responds to the early touchdown by the Huskies here in the third quarter. And we're all tied up with 8-1 to go in the third as we chip it down to the sidelines with Soft.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what happened on that last play, but Ephesians Price saw a couple players were asking for some kind of a penalty, and as soon as that play was over, Jed Fish grabbed 3 or 4 officials and was all over them, almost as if, Cam, there may have been some kind of a pick or a legal block from CSU. I'm not sure, but Jed was pretty fired up after that play for sure.
Yeah, 100%, Dave. In fact, you had contact, and the ball is in the backfield. You cannot block downfield while the quarterback has the ball unless you throw a screen and get it out of your hand. So they blocked early, and that's illegal. And so Jed Fish is 100% right. That was a missed call by those officials.
And the result is the touchdown stays on the board with the extra point. We're tied at 21. Washington outgaining Colorado State today 319 to 213. Left-footed kicker Isaiah Hankins on to blast this one away, and it's grabbed by Muhammad at the 6-yard line. Brings it back across the 15, 20, 25. Hit hard, spins off the contact, gets past the 30 to the 31, and they found something in Adam Muhammad having him return kicks. He's looked pretty good in that role. Return of 25 yards that time for Adam Muhammad.
Good field position off these kickoff returns.
So DeMond Williams leads the Huskies back out onto the field. Huskies have not trailed today, but every time they get a touchdown, Colorado State has an answer. Both teams have scored 7 points in all 3 quarters thus far. Snap Williams, handoff Muhammad. Pitter patter, now runs roughly off to the right side and stays on his feet for a gain of 4 for the 39-yard line. We'll call it 3. Second down and 7 coming up as you got Mukindi Wakalunji on the stop.
Well, that's the difference of Adam. Is he's a little bit different than Jonah. Adam is a one-cut back. He's got to go downhill there. He pitter-pattered, like you said, Tony, just a little patience. He's got to get downhill quick. Can't wait for that cut.
Roebuck and Vinesbright off to the left. There's a snap. Williams, empty set, looking to throw. Blitz coming off the corner, and Lamondre Joe got to him. Down goes DeMond Williams for his 3rd sack taken tonight. And now 3rd and long coming up. They've got 12 to go.
Well, usually you're going to look to that right side, and you can feel the pressure coming from the corner blitz. The safety rotates over, and there wasn't a hot route built into that side, and DeMond felt him, but a little bit too late.
21-21 the count. Halfway through this 3rd quarter. The Huskies facing 3rd down and 12. We'll see if DeMond can get a long conversion here. Huskies on 3rd down today, 3 for 7. Adam Muhammad in the backfield with the quarterback. Snap to DeMond. Pressure coming. Checks down. Muhammad on the screen across the 30, 35, 40, 45. Breaks it. Tackle 50. Into Ram territory across the 40. And down to the 38-yard line. Adam Muhammad. What poise out of DeMond Williams. He got absolutely blown up on that screen, but was able to dump it off to Adam Muhammad for a career-long gain of 35 for the true sophomore.
Mark this down. Jed Fish, that was an elite play call. Because tonight, every single situation in 3rd down, you've had pressure in the moments up both A-gaps by Colorado State. They found a tendency, and he said, guess what? We're pulling this off. Great screen call in that moment.
Now under center goes Williams. Vinesbright comes in motion. Snap, handoff. Jonah Coleman starts right, cuts to the left, beats his man across the 35-30, and into the secondary, taking down 26-yard line. Gain of 12 for Jonah Coleman, who goes over 100 yards on the game. And Jonah Coleman, with his 6th 100-yard game as a Washington Husky, sets the Dogs up with 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Quickly to the line. Snap, Williams, handoff, Coleman, who bullies his way across the 25 to the 24, a gain of 2. Owen Long with another tackle for Colorado State, his 13th of the ball game.
You know, there's something that Coach Fish sees when they come right to the tempo and they want to bounce right back to Jonah. So there they go, pause. They're in 3rd down, but you go right back to him. Great cut on that first run. You just see the way Jonah is so patient with his vision.
Coleman goes wide to the left this time with 2 in the slot. Huskies are going empty set here. Got 2 into the boundary are Boston and Vinesbright. They'll set up a screen for Roebuck. a tunnel screen. He bounces off a would-be tackler and goes all the way down to the 20-yard line. Nice catch there for Des Roebuck. Robert Edmondson is the one who made the contact with him, but Roebuck stayed tough and kept motoring ahead for 3rd and 4.
He did. Oh, man, it's just a youngster. It's tunnel screen, so you're supposed to wait for your lineman to come inside out, and you're going to funnel right back, but he doesn't. If he bounces outside, he scores a touchdown, but the youngster, just great hands, good physical after contact.
From the 20, it's 3rd and 4 for Washington. Driving from left to right here at Husky Stadium. Snap, Williams, pressure off the weak side. Williams tucks it and goes, gets to the edge, has the first down. And if he could have kept his balance on that sideline, would have scored a touchdown. But the pressure from Edmondson was able to force him out after a gain of 4. Huskies have 1st and 10.
Well, I thought he got even a yard past that as they made it
so too.
Really close. That sideline. I mean, he's like,
that ball should have been placed around the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
Instead, they got it at the 16. That's okay. 1st and 10 for Washington.
Great conversion with just the speed around the corner.
Out of the shotgun with 2 wide to the right. Roebuck in the slot. Denzel Boston is wide. Snap, hold it out, hand it off. Adam Muhammad plows his way across the line down to the 12. Gain of 4. Edmondson on the tackle again. 21-21 the score with 3:42 to go in quarter 3. Huskies trying to break a tie here late in the 3rd.
Different momentum here. You're chewing up clock. You're finding it on the ground. Good conversions either way. Damon gets it with his feet.
Bucky Finau is the left guard on this series here for the Huskies. And Adam Muhammad is lined up right behind him. Out of the shotgun goes Damon Williams. 2 tight ends off to the left.
Pressure.
Snap. Williams drops back. Floats it downfield. One-handed catch. Denzel Boston. He holds on. The flag flies. Don't even need it. Touchdown Washington. A spectacular touchdown to Denzel Boston. Gives the lead to Washington with 3:01 to go in the 3rd.
That's next level play. Only because you get in that moment, you stop, you hold, calm down. He checks into the play, checks into that corner route. You know there's pressure coming. He sees one-on-one with Denzel and puts that ball on the back shoulder where he can make that play. Corner had no chance because his back was to it, but that's why you throw it to number 12. That's an all Big Ten catch.
Beat C.J. Blocker in the back right pylon. A spectacular touchdown for Denzel Boston after having 9 of those a year ago. And the Huskies reclaim the lead 27-21 on Colorado State. Extra point on the way from Grady Gross is good. And the Dogs have a 4th touchdown tonight. 28-21. Huskies leading Colorado State, Softy.
Yeah, guys, just an unbelievable drive for Damon Williams. And Cam, you mentioned the pressure in his face on that screen play to Muhammad. He's got Jarmowicz right in his face and dumps it off to Muhammad for a big game. And then how about Denzel Boston? That's his first touchdown. You mentioned 9 touchdowns, Tony, for Denzel last year. That's his first touchdown catch since week 7 of last season.
That's right.
It's been a long time for number 12, man.
Yep, Kinnick Stadium in Iowa. And since then, hadn't had one, but got off the schneid right there. And that was a tough one because the defender got a flag for basically holding his left arm, but he used his right arm to catch that ball up against his breastplate. And just phenomenal from Denzel Boston to take a 28-21 lead over Colorado State. 3:01 to go in quarter number 3. Huskies will kick it away to the hungry Rams, who have always had an answer for Washington so far tonight. We'll see what they dial up when we continue in a moment after this word from Alaska Airlines.
The official airline of the Washington Huskies is your window to the world. Introducing Atmos Rewards, a new loyalty program by Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. It's the #1 airline rewards program, according to U.S. News & World Report, and your invitation to explore over 1,000 global destinations with over 30 airline partners, including oneworld. Go to atmosrewards.com to sign up and start your journey today. That's ATMOS rewards.com.
Raise a glass to the dogs with the new Husky Craft Pack. Brimming with Pacific Northwest flavor, enjoy a lineup of amazing local brews and ciders at Husky Stadium. Georgetown Brewing, run by dogs who make sure you have darn tasty beer. Two Town Cider, crafted in the Pacific Northwest since 2010. And Seattle's Elysian Brewing Company, makers of Space Dust and 30 years of bold flavors and award-winning beers. Get the greatest of local beers all season long at the greatest setting in college football. Please drink responsibly.
Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is your base camp for adventure. Experience the best in live entertainment with concerts, comedy shows, and sporting events. Next, take a break at one of our 6 dining venues, including an award-winning steakhouse. Amenities also include free valet, bowling, sports simulators, and your favorite games. Whatever your calling is, know Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is the official escape for the dogs, and we're closer than you think. Learn more and plan your next adventure at angelofthewinds.com.
Huskies getting ready to kick it away to Colorado State, and it looks like Grady Gross is going to take over the kickoff duties after Michalski hit the last one out of bounds. So Gross puts the ball on the tee of the 35-yard line. The Dogs getting ready to kick it away after reclaiming the lead. Let's get you a check of the Les Schwab scoring drive summary presented by Les Schwab Tire Centers. Get more from Les. 9 plays, 69 yards, almost 5 minutes off the clock. Devon Williams to Denzel Boston from 12 yards out for the score. It's a squibber that bounces off a ram at the 40-yard line. The ball is loose at the 43. A pile of bodies, but I think Colorado State will take over, and it's actually great field position for the Rams, trailing by only 7 points. So I don't know if that was the intention there, but yeah, it looked like they were trying to go for something with more of a hop, and it just never quite took that hop, and it ran right into one of the up bodies, Drew Rodriguez, who was able to jump on it. Now Colorado State has it at the 47-yard line.
Must see something on film. Usually that's something from up top. The coaches are saying, hey, they're leaving early in the front line. You're willing to make that risk, and this is that defensive series now, Tony, that this team has to do something spectacular.
Today's game brought to you by Husky Wireless. Husky fans, if you want to support the team just by paying your phone bill, you can do that. Switch to Husky Mobile today at GoHuskyMobile.com. That's GoHuskyMobile.com, powered by T-Mobile. Colorado State's drive will start at its own 43 when we continue in a moment after this word from your local station. This is Husky Football.
Hi, Coach Mike Holmgren here for R&R Foundation Specialist. R&R Foundation Specialist is a family-owned and operated team that has a strong game plan for all your foundation and waterproofing needs. R&R has crews ready to evaluate your home and give you an honest, fair assessment of the problem. No hidden fees and no fumbles in workmanship with R&R Foundation Specialist. Trust your local foundation and waterproofing experts. Visit rrfoundationspecialist.com.
Pack up because Chevy SUVs have the capability to take you to some incredible places, like an adventure in the middle of in the Equinox Active, an SUV that will help you get away with confidence, or head off for a night in Chevy Traverse with all the tech you need to stay connected, while the undeniable value of Chevy Trax will keep you moving from here to way over here. Get to all the places you want to be with Chevy SUVs. See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
It's Softy back here. King LASIK and K2 Vision RLE have freedom vision for every stage of life. LASIK and EVO ICL from King LASIK gives freedom from glasses and contacts. Refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE adds freedom from readers and cataracts. Dr. Kapstein, Dr. King, two of the most experienced vision correction surgeons in the country. So schedule your free Zoom consultation now at freedomvision.com. King LASIK and K2 Vision RLE, proud supporters of the Huskies. Find out more, freedomvision.com.
Feels like we just keep going back and forth. That's because we are. The last 4 full drives of this game have resulted in touchdowns. And now Taj Bullock comes in as the quarterback for Colorado State at their own 43-yard line. He takes the direct snap, bounces out to the right, gets out of the grasp of Jacob Lane, and safety Mikel Esteen forces him out of bounds on the far sideline, 48-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. But again, this Taj Bullock, the dual threat quarterback who wasn't even on the 2 deep, who's a transfer from Virginia Virginia Tech, and Akron. He's only played about 10 snaps today, but every single one has been good for Colorado State.
He's a little bit of a difference maker.
He checks out of the ballgame here as Braden Fowler-Nicolosi returns for 2nd down and 4. They'll mark it at the 49-yard line. Huskies have 5 down linemen, Elenius Davis, Samote Pepa, and Ontario Thompson are the down linemen. Snap, handoff. Lloyd Avon off the right side. Gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Husky D. Samote Pepa, the transfer from Utah. 6'3", 350 pounds on the stop.
That's going to be a big man to move. Washington goes big. They had 8 in the box there. They went down and saw it. A guaranteed run. At least they felt that.
Colorado State 3 for 8 on 3rd down today, but they've converted 2 of their last 3, and this feels like a big one. 3rd down and 4. Huskies up 28-21. Final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Fowler-Nicolosi out of the gun, takes a snap. Huskies rush 4. Here comes Ward. They'll float it downfield. Intercepted by McElhastine to the 40-yard line. The 6th-year dog takes it away. McElhastine with the interception. The first turnover of the night for the Rams, and the dog defense comes up massive.
I'm not going to be the one that says, let's just wait for that play. Feels like a turnover. Smells like a turnover. That's what happens when you throw that ball high and outside to the right, because Mikel had that spot. They tried to get the corner route. The ball floated because you're in pressure in Jacob Lane again. Pressure on the back foot. You can't drive it. 24. There was a moment when you see that ball, you're like, oh, it's going to be. Nope. Goes up and takes it away in the air.
Down to the sidelines with Softy.
Did you see Jacob Lane and Isaiah Ward meet at the quarterback? Man, that was unbelievable. And way to make up for the missed tackle on the touchdown by McElhastine. Good on him.
Now the Huskies have a chance to take a 2-score lead. Under center goes Damon Williams from their own 38-yard line. Rashid Williams motions from right to left. Handoff Jonah Coleman straight up the middle. Bullies his way through 4 Rams for a gain of 4 up to the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Huskies 28, Colorado State 21 with a $1:30 on the 3rd quarter clock.
So last time in the 2nd quarter when Washington got that quick turnover, or I'm sorry, when they got the great field position, and then you felt like, okay, that was the momentum grabber. This is that drive now to replace when you had the turnover where the Landon had the snap and the fumble and gave it back to the momentum for Colorado State. This to me feels like that drive.
They call it a takeaway. McElhastine truly took the ball away from wide receiver Tommy Marr, who was in the air, and as it was on his body, it was pulled off by McElhastine. Here's Williams scrambling across midfield, across the 40, and falls forward to the 38-yard line. Big-time scramble for Damon Williams on the run as the Huskies flip the field and get into Colorado State territory after a gain of 20.
Tony, when's the last time we've seen a quarterback with a Husky uniform that can do that on demand? Just the acceleration level?
On demand.
Wow, I think we just came up with something there.
28-21, Huskies lead Colorado State. 25 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter. Damon Williams goes under center. Landon Hatchett feeds it to him. Pitch into the boundary for Jordan Washington's first touch of the season. And the speedster picks up 9 on the run inside the 30 of the 29-yard line. CJ Blocker on the stop.
Going to run toss crack on the outside. Going to reach to the left by both your center. Landon goes around, pins the corner. And you were talking about the acceleration level and speed. You just got a taste of it.
Put 4 fingers in the air, Cam. It's time. Start of the 4th quarter here on Montlake. Washington 28, Colorado State 21 with 15 minutes to go in the game. We got a good one with the Huskies having a chance to take a 2-possession lead on this drive, and we continue in a moment after this word from Angel of the Winds.
Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is your base camp for adventure. Experience the best in live entertainment with concerts, comedy shows, and sporting events. Next, take a break at one of our 6 dining venues, including an award-winning steakhouse. Amenities also include free valet, bowling, sports simulators, and your favorite games. Whatever your calling is, know Angel of the Winds Casino Resort is the official escape for the dogs, and we're closer than you think. Learn more and plan your next adventure at angelofthewinds.com.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Hey Huskies, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field design Washington t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Washington in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
Andrew Allison back inside the network studios. Washington up 28-21, heading into the final frame. 2 games we want to get you. 11th ranked Arizona State up 38-13 on Northern Arizona. That's the 2-minute warning in that game. In the Big Ten, an old Pac-12 matchup in the Rose Bowl. Utah taking it to UCLA 30-10, 11:27 left in the fourth. Let's go back to the booth. Tony, Cam.
Appreciate it, Andrew. Huskies up by 7 and trying to make it a 2-score game. 15 minutes left in the ball game. Dogs have it at the Colorado State 29. It's time to spotlight today's best in the game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs.
I got a couple for you. First was that we were waiting for the offensive line to show up, so we got Jonah on that dominant run on the outside, and he scores. And then that third down screen call by Jed Fish to be able to be patient with it and know, because that conversion converted to a big touchdown. Those 2 calls today and those 2 plays really set the tempo.
Yeah, Adam Muhammad with the big reception on the screen, and you got 5 passing plays of 15+. You got 9 rushing plays of 10 or more, and they'll hand the ball Jordan Washington straight up the middle on 2nd and 1 to pick up that first down. And you just see an extra little something when number 4 touches the ball. Washington has Damon Williams-like speed, and it's really fun to see the 2 of them on the field together. Williams scratch out, Washington comes out, Jonah Coleman comes in as we go down the sidelines with Softy.
Yeah, for a guy that's been sacked 18 times in 12 quarters, do we want him going head first against safeties or sliding, man? That's one thing I might want to see him do differently next time.
1st and 10. It's a good question, Softy, as tight end Decker DeGraff goes in motion from left to right. Williams to throw, unloads to DeGraff, thrown a little bit behind him, incomplete, and it looked like Drew Rodriguez, who was not looking for the football, was the one who was closer to it for Colorado State.
Well, there's been 2 throws today. It was the first deep ball to Denzel that was just a little underthrown. That one out and up on the outside. Great play action, just a little pressure in his face. That's what happens when you feel the squeeze, is you fall back on your back foot a little bit, you don't give enough air. Would have been a touchdown, just a little underthrown.
Jonah Coleman wide to the right as Williams goes empty set out of the shotgun. 2nd down and 10 from the 25 of Colorado State. Dogs up by 7. Quick screen to Rashid Williams, who motors his way down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 9 before A.J. Nolan catches up to him. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 with 14 minutes to go in the 4th. Huskies up 28-21.
Boy, I thought he converted on there where I'm watching that. I'm wondering why we're always, side judge always lining up short, but great call. The quickness. Just see the quickness of Rashid. Just immediately, he catches the football and feels like he's at top speed in 2 steps.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll go out of the shotgun with Damon Williams. Hand off Jonah Coleman. And a shifty back is able to break tackles, get inside the 10, inside the 5, and 1st and goal for the Huskies down to the 4-yard line. Jernias Tafia was there for the stop, but Jonah Coleman continuing to have a big day. 19 carries for about 130 yards.
I know you could define a bowling ball with like I mean, he's got Fred Flintstone feet. I mean, that's just what it is. You know, when he's kicking on the it's what it looks like when his feet are moving. He's running the rock car. He just is a bowling ball with that kind of speed.
And knocking over pins as he makes his way down the field. 1st down and goal at the 5-yard line. Williams out of the shotgun, Coleman right hip. From the right hash mark, 5-yard line. Snap, handoff Coleman. Starts off to the left, hit low in the backfield and lost a yard on the play. That was number 11, Jeremy Naborn. 6'1", 235 junior. Transfer from Fullerton College, was able to make the stop. Second down and goal from the 6.
I don't like to say absolutes, but boy, a touchdown here puts it at a 2-score game, and you just grab a lot of momentum.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Sure does.
And it also changes what Colorado State does offensively because they've been a little methodical, able to successfully run the ball. Jalen Dupree, 13 carries, 89 yards. Snap to Williams, throws it into the flat off the hands of Jonah Coleman. A little low, a little bit behind him. I don't think Coleman scores necessarily, but certainly would have picked up a few on the play. It's going to instead be 3rd and goal at the 6.
Yeah, if you put it on him, the ball was out in front. There was good hands up. It's one of those quick snaps. You're going to run a quick flat route. I like the idea of getting it to number 1 in space, and if he can make one guy miss, but the ball just wasn't on him.
So 3rd down and goal from this 6-yard line. John Mills, the true freshman, in at left guard. Snap goes to Williams. Pressure coming up the middle. He's going to fire to the back of the end zone, just off the right fingertips of Denzel Boston. Incomplete. And the back left pylon, and just not quite able to get it to Denzel. It's a little bit slow to get up on the play, and the Huskies are going to have to settle for their first field goal attempt of the season.
Get down in the red zone, and everything gets condensed.
Yeah, hard to operate in that low red zone area. I think Denzel kind of tumbled into one of the photographers down there, but he's up, he's good to go, and now Grady Gross comes on for a chip shot. This is a 24-yard field goal in between the hash marks. Placement down, kick on the way. Gross puts it through from 24 yards out, and the Huskies take a 2-score lead for the first time this season. 31-21, Washington ahead of Colorado State as Grady Gross is able to drill the field goal and make it a 10-point game. A scoring drive summary presented by Les Schwab Tire Centers. Get more from Les. Washington marching down the field. A 7-play, 46-yard drive, capped off by a 24-yard field goal from Grady Gross. But the Dogs have scored on 3 straight possessions now here in this second half. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, and Washington's on top 31-21 over the Rams of Colorado State. 12-11 to go in quarter number 4. Timeout, and we'll take it as well. Returning after this word from your local station. This is Husky Football.
The hype around the Dogs team this year is heating up, and so is the schedule at Valentine Roofing. Now's the time for Husky fans to act before the fall wind and rain expose a real problem. Get your roof, siding, or gutter project locked in before Labor Day to secure priority scheduling on select projects. Valentine priority scheduling means we'll begin the work on your home within just 3 weeks of signing your agreement. Spots are limited, so call 206 Roofing to get on Valentine's priority schedule and get a free estimate. That's 206 Roofing.
Are you an experienced HVAC technician? Local 32 is hiring now, partnering with top contractors across Western Washington. Earn top pay, enjoy paid on-call at $330 a week, and get 100% coverage for medical, dental, and vision for your entire family. We offer continuous training, free CEUs, and the chance to work on cutting-edge equipment. Are you ready to grow your career? Local 32 sets the standard in pay, benefits, and opportunity. Join Local 32, where your future begins.
It's 4th and goal this Labor Day weekend, and Bowen Scar Ford in Kent is driving in the winning play.
At Bowen Scar Ford, every qualifying new Ford comes back with our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The ultimate protection for your season ahead. Plus, check out our huge selection of certified used Fords, all priced to move fast. And this Labor Day weekend only, score 4 years of included maintenance with your Ford purchase. That's right, 4 years of worry-free driving, excluding diesel models.
Don't wait. Bowen Scar Ford in Kent is your home field advantage all season long.
The Dogs take a 2-score lead for the first time this season with a field goal made by Grady Gross. Dogs on top 31-21 over Colorado State. 12-11 to go in this 4th quarter. And this is an interesting game. I mean, you're opening the season against a non-Power 4 program, and it's not like you're going up against one of the teams that's probably going to be a playoff contender for that Group of 5 spot, but you're going up against a good Group of 5 team. I mean, this is a Colorado State team that went 8-5 a year ago, went to the Arizona Bowl, Kickoff is taken at the 6-yard line. The return. Oh, big hit on special teams.
Heard it.
Trying to see who it was. That was Rylan Dillard Allen, the true freshman who just thumped the returner at the 26-yard line. They really like what number 18 brings to the table.
That was a crack.
His nickname is RDA. Committed to Washington over an offer from Alabama. He actually took an official visit to Tuscaloosa, but had 7 interceptions his senior year of high school. Taylor Mays says he is extremely talented. That's an extremely talented person calling him extremely talented. Snap to Fowler Nicolosi. He's going to throw on first down. Rashawn Clark nearly was able to take that away for a pick, but instead squeezes it in to Tommy Marr for a short gain of 4 before Clark got him to the ground.
Man, that's a risky throw. That was almost a pick 6.
You might see a pick 6 from Rashawn Clark before his Husky career is done. That young man, Garfield product, has some great ball skills. 2nd down and 6 to go. Snap, handoff. Avon running far side of the field, wrapped up and yanked out of bounds by Buda Alaukta, but past the first down marker. So Colorado State moves the chains with 11:32 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, they get a good scheme when Washington goes 4 light and they don't have their 5-down linemen set. Backs are different, and they overload to the trip side. Do a really good job of running back weak.
39-yard line. Huskies up 31-21. Fowler Nicolosi takes the snap. Pressure up the middle. Throws, and it's caught by the tight end. Warren, who fumbles the football. It's grabbed by McLaughlin. I think they're just going to say incomplete.
He's a big target. He's a monster target. Does a good job of going down the seam. It's just a little delay moment.
It's the first time I think I saw some real effective pressure up the middle for the Huskies on a blitz in a while. It was Bryce Butler and Buda Alaukta who hurried the throw from Brayton Fowler Nicolosi. 2nd down, 10 to go. Colorado State with a football, left hash mark, 39-yard line, their own side of the field. Huskies up by 10. Fowler Nicolosi drops back. He's going to loft it up the right sideline for Warren, the tight end, and it looks like McLaughlin interfered with him. No? Okay.
Well, I think, if you're going to see first contact came with the extension, because Jackson Warren extended his hand out. You make first contact.
Looking at the replay here.
Yeah, he's extending his arm out, pulling him back towards. That's a good call. That's a good no call.
Yeah, and I think it not exactly catchable, too. Right. So, 3rd down, 10 to go. The folks in the booth to our right don't like the call, but we'll take it. Snap. Pressure coming. Throws. Incomplete. Once again in coverage. Alex McLaughlin all over the tight end, Jackson Warren. And it's going to be 4th down and 10 as we go down to Softy.
Yeah, guys, in the previous possession, Denzel Boston, you talked about it, landed on a still camera in the corner of the end zone, came to the sideline, had some blood wiped away by a trainer, but he's up, has his helmet on, and should be good to go for the next series.
All right, Colorado State's going to go for it here from their own 39-yard line. 10:57 to go. Wouldn't think they necessarily have to do this, but they want to roll the dice here on the road.
Pooch punt, maybe.
They have done that play earlier in this game. The Huskies are ready for it. Movement on the line, and I'm not sure who drew who. Might have been a timeout called by Washington.
Charge timeout, Washington.
Wow, looked like you would have got a false start there.
So, Colorado State maybe a bit fortunate that that timeout was called by Washington. 10:57 to go, 4th quarter. And a chance to get off the field here for the Husky defense.
They're going to punt now because they're bringing their punt team on.
Yeah, 4th down and 10. Washington 31, Colorado State 21. And we'll see what Jay Norvell, head coach of Colorado State, decides to do here. I was watching the Ohio State-Texas game earlier today. Ohio State defeats the Longhorns, so a good chance that 4 weeks from today, the #1 team in the country very well might be playing in Husky Stadium.
Might be.
They knocked off #1 Texas. It was the first time Ohio State beat a #1 team at home since 1985 when they beat Iowa. And that Iowa team had Jay Norvell, Colorado State head coach, on the defensive side of the ball. Norvell is going to go for this on 4th down and 10. Snap to Fowler. Nicolosi fires, and it's caught. First down for Colorado State. Received in by Petey Tucker, the transfer from Georgia State, who gets inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. Mikel Esteen on the tackle, but a big 4th and 10 conversion for Colorado State.
Wow, so you had a 4th and 10 conversion to keep a drive alive. You had a 3rd and 23 conversion to keep a drive alive. Incredible.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Washington. Huskies need to find a way to make a stop here. Snap, Fowler, Nicolosi to throw through the fingertips of Marr, incomplete. Isaiah Ward coming off the edge was in coverage there. Tacario Davis was hunting as well. 2nd down. Today's game brought to you by UW Medicine, the only health system in Washington that directly connects care with a top-rated medical school and a research powerhouse. UW Medicine, a higher degree of healthcare. Braden Fowler, Nicolosi, 12 of 18 today for 127 yards. Takes a snap, wants to run the football. Far side of the field. Is that Dupree? No, I believe that's Avance, who runs the football and runs right into Ontario Thompson for a short gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down.
You asked in the last possession about getting a turnover. No sacks tonight for Washington. No sacks. They've done a good job. Fowler Nicolosi getting ready to the football. He's feeling it. It's time for a sack. Tackle for loss.
3rd and 7. This is your chance. Huskies are going to rush 6. Nicolosi throws. Incomplete. Good pressure coming at the quarterback for Colorado State. And he just chucked it up the right sideline into no man's land. It's 4th and 7. And they're going to actually bring in Taj Bullock here to maybe be the quarterback on this play.
They certainly have a package for him. No, they're going to kick a field goal.
And they're going to use Bullock as the holder, so you got to keep an eye out on this.
Everybody's pointing at him, so they know he's in there.
Isaiah Hankins' career long is 54 yards. This a 51-yard field goal attempt. Trying for...
There it is.
And they're going to shift out of this. Bullock goes out of the shotgun. They're going to motion the kicker from right to left. Bullock to throw. He gets buried at the 50-yard line. Rashawn Clark smacks him down. The redshirt freshman from Garfield High School comes up massive on the trick play. Will not allow it. And the Husky defense stones the Rams at midfield. Loss of 16.
Tony, can you please tell me what that play gets called? Is that a sack?
I guess technically.
That is a sack.
When you tackle the guy who lines up to be the holder on the... Yeah, that's...
Call me Nostradamus, but in one moment, we needed a turnover? Oh, yeah, let's get a turnover.
Turnover on down.
It was time for a sack, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
31-21. Huskies up by 10 with 9:35 to go in quarter number 4. Timeout on the field. We'll take it as well and return after this from Coors Light.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite tailgating items at Tailgate Central QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether you're firing up the grill outside Husky Stadium or enjoying the away games at home, QFC will have your favorite tailgating items ready. Stop by today and see what the Husky tailgate vendors have for you to enjoy. Brought to you by Pendleton 1910 Bourbon. For those that seek a liquid that matches their tenacious work ethic, it's not just poured, it's earned. And by Tim's Cascade Snacks. Make it loud, make it bold, make it local, make it Tim's.
Keep
your summer fun going at Toyota's National Sales Event. Now through September 2nd, get a stylish new 25 Corolla with 4.99 APR financing. Excludes hybrids, Corolla Cross, and GR Corolla. Or lease a gas-powered Corolla Cross L for $259 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. A negotiable down fee of up to $200 may be added. Call 1-888-48-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, an opportunity here for the Huskies to try to pull away, make this a 3-score game. They're up 31-21 right now against Colorado State. 9:35 left in the fourth quarter. In some ways, they've kind of dominated this game. You look at the yardage, 444 to 219. They're more than doubling up Colorado State. And yet, you know, this has been kind of there have been a couple of miscues, a couple of mistakes. Huskies have been sacked 3 times. They had the 1 turnover that led to Colorado State points. And so the scoring margin, not quite what you think it might be. And so here's their opportunity as we enter the middle of the fourth quarter. Here's the opportunity for the Huskies to go for the kill shot. Jonah Coleman is in the game at running back. Damon Williams out of the shotgun. Tight ends are split. So are the wide receivers. Snap, handoff. Coleman. Tons of push from the line as Coleman does not even get touched until 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. He goes forward for 4 to the 49 of the Rams. DeAndre Gill Jr., the junior from Seattle, Washington, Kentwood High School, is there on the stop for Colorado State.
I suspect we see a different tempo now coming from Jed Fish. Clock grinding tempo.
Yeah. How about that sack by Rashawn Clark on the fake field goal attempt by Colorado State? Kind of play that you need to have in situations like that. Williams out of the shotgun, flares it out. It's caught by DeGraff. He's got blockers in front, but taken down on the play by Robert Edmondson after a gain of 6. Down to the 43-yard line, 3rd and 1 coming up.
Oh, I thought that was going to just get a little more out of it. High step and good open field tackle.
Indeed. 3rd down and 1. And the Huskies just draining the clock here midway through the fourth quarter as we approach the 8-minute mark. Trip set off to the left. They've got it right hash mark 43-yard line of Colorado State. Audric Harris motions from left to right. Handoff, Jonah Coleman. A lot of space as he finds that gap on the left side and gets across the 40 to the 36-yard line. Jack Moran there on the stop, but a first down for Washington's offense.
Just tip the cap to the big boys up front. Zone play tonight has been their best run. The patience, that's a great window for number 1 to go through. He doesn't need much space, right? He just has a little crease right there. It's right through arm tackles, not going to bring him down.
Yeah, Jonah Coleman up over 125 yards on the game today. A nice debut for his 2025 senior season. We're going to get a movement.
Offense, for 86. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Decker DeGraff with the penalty. Huskies have been flagged 6 times tonight for 34 yards. Washington up 31-21 on a scrappy Colorado State team as we hit the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Lone back in the backfield will be Jonah Coleman. Under center goes Damon Williams. They'll motion to Audric Harris left to right. Snap. Handoff. Coleman. Big hole on the right side. 35-30. Gets to the outside. 20. 15. Busts off a Ram inside the 10. Down to the 5-yard line. Did he make it? And he did. How did he do it? Jonah Coleman just climbs through Ram after Ram and gets into the end zone. Touchdown Washington. The run of the year in 2025, no doubt.
Are you kidding me? Every other back goes out of bounds. Every other back goes out of bounds. His balance as he rolled over the top. I know they were going to take a look at this. My goodness. Oh, his hip might have touched.
Yeah, his hip touched.
His hip touched. The way he turned back to the inside.
There were 3 Rams that all collided on him, and he rolled right off of those 3, but his hip did touch the ground at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to bring this. He'll be down on the 3-yard line, but what a run.
Even down at the 3-yard line, it's an incredible run by Jonah Coleman.
Wow.
Yeah, guys, come on, let's just say it. You're thinking exactly what I'm thinking. That's Beastquake Part 2 right there.
Totally
that was a Coleman quake, my friends. I mean, Tony, I've been trying to find a way to trademark on demand for the past half hour online, and I can't figure it out. I'm going to grab Coleman quake while I'm at it. What a run by number 1.
OnDemand.com. Yes, man, Jonah Coleman. Yeah, we are going to get a video review here. It's brought to you by Close Shave Instant Replay, brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels when Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather for a close, comfortable shave? Choose Barbasol, quality shave, and a trusted value.
I mean,
but I think you are going to see that they're down at the 3-yard line. But regardless, still a run of 33 yards for Jonah Coleman.
After further review, the runner was down. The ball at the 3-yard line. First ball at the 3-yard line.
What an effort.
Sensational. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Husky Football from Learfield. (31-21). Dogs up by 10. They got a chance to punch it in here, make it a 3-score game. 4 cracks at it from the 3-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Damon Williams. Jonah Coleman will get the handoff. Lunges his way across the line. Touchdown, Washington. Jonah Coleman with a massive game. Up over 150 yards in his second touchdown run tonight for Jonah Coleman, the senior from Stockton, who powers the Huskies ahead by 16, 37-21 Washington.
What a series. Taking control, going downhill. Gets right behind Landon Hatchett, the boys up front, John Mills. What a statement for this offense, too, and this offensive line. You want to talk about a complete flip of identity of controlling the line of scrimmage? That's what Jed Fish built in this offseason.
Extra point kick on the way from Grady Gross is good. Get you a scoring drive summary presented by Les Schwab Tire Centers. Get more from Les. How about a 50-yard drive with Jonah Coleman just doing it all? I mean, that was an incredible run to set up the Huskies down to the 3-yard line, and very fitting that after they overturned the long touchdown run to place it at the 3, go ahead and feed number 1. Let him do the dirty work and get in the end zone as Washington's up by 17, 38-21 on Colorado State. 6:57 to go in quarter number 4, and we'll keep it right here for the moment. Today's game brought to you by Kohl's. Kohl's has the back-to-school styles that'll spoil them at prices that'll spoil you. From jeans and tees to sneakers and more, which means you can do it all without overdoing your budget when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Back down to the sidelines with Softy.
I think we might get to see some backups play this offensive line on this very next offensive series for UW. But Tony, you mentioned the rushing numbers there, well over 200 now. Take away sacks. Are they pushing 250 rushing if you took sacks off the board? Because the NCAA takes sack numbers off rushing totals for some weird reason. But what a performance by the offensive line tonight. Exactly what Husky fans wanted to see. Jed Fish spent the entire offseason talking about how this offensive line was much, much better and bigger than they were the year before. And by my count, we've only seen 6 different offensive linemen play in this game. Compare that, guys, to the opener last year.
Yeah, well, you saw changes on the offensive line between plays even a year ago. And certainly a lot more stable. And it just, again, they're not taking on a Big Ten defense here. It's a Mountain West defense that's retooling. It's got a new coordinator. But the movement that you just see, it's just like, you just see the movement forward with every running play. They're just motor grading guys off the ball. And you got to be pretty encouraged by the fact that Washington's offense is doing what you would hope and expect them to do. 38 points for Washington in this game is the most in the Jed Fish era. Huskies never scored 38 points a year ago.
Well, and you've done it in multiple ways. You've been able to control the line of scrimmage. You got a turnover when you needed to. You got off the field on defense. Yes, there were moments where you felt a little worried because of how Colorado State could flip the momentum and make a couple drives, but suddenly in this fourth quarter, you got to see what this Washington offense was able to do. Wear you down physically up front.
Huskies going to kick it away. You'll see Ethan Michalski back out there to kick this one off from right to left. Approaching, and he'll drill this one. That is an easy touchback. It's a good 7 yards deep in the end zone. Colorado State will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Well, the Rams, I think they've got some building blocks. They look impressive. They might make some noise in the Mountain West this year. They were picked 4th in the Mountain West Conference, and
Boise State didn't look great.
I was just going to say, someone's coming after that crown after what we saw in South Florida over the weekend. So that is certainly up for grabs. Tulane might be the early front runner for a team that might make some noise out of the group of 5. State from its own 25-yard line. Snap and a handoff. Dupree spins off some bodies and gets to the 30-yard line where he's driven back by Devin Bryant. Gain of 5 on the run. But Dupree, 14 carries, 94 yards. Any concern for you, Cam, that Colorado State's been effective at running the football?
No, I don't, because they were very, very good at running the football. Predominantly, that was how they're built last year. They haven't changed at all. They love to attack in that open space. It's a hard run game to prepare for.
Snap and a throw off to the far side of the field where it is caught. And a first down after Rashawn Clark was able to stand up the intended target. I think it was Levon Brown on the play. Other thing is, if you're just joining us, got to remember, handful of defensive linemen that are not available tonight. Logan Sagapolu did not play. Deshaun Lynch did not play tonight. You're going to get Javon Parker back from an injury at some point this year. And hoping also to get Jacob Manu, the linebacker, back at some point as well. Speed option into the boundary. Jacob Lane sniffed it out. Did not let Dupree get back to the original line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 on the play as Jacob Lane does that for the second time today.
Yeah. Great to see number 48, man. He's played well tonight. He's set the edge. He's run the line. Good job of balancing on the option play, not going for the fake on the quarterback. Just great young man, and big play by the junior.
Snap on 2nd and 12. Nicolosi, ball is tipped and nearly intercepted. Buda Al-Ukta, the Washington State transfer, almost got his hands on the football. He had 3 picks a year ago when he was a Coug, and almost had his first as a Husky.
Yeah, guess who was in there just giving Mr. Nicolosi a welcome tap. Number 48, Jacob Lane again.
It's interesting. Last year, Huskies averaged only 3.7 tackles for loss per game, which was one of the lowest rates in all of college football. They've got 6 TFLs tonight. Snap. Fowler Nicolosi to throw. Winds up, knocked away by Alex McLaughlin over the middle. And man, what a big pickup he was in the transfer portal. The Northern Arizona transfer has changed things in the back end of the defense.
Tony, this kid, to me, watching him already, he's got all Big Ten written all over it. If he continues this play, he is a massive pickup and a hidden talent all over the place in coverage and open field tackles.
4th down, 12 to go for Colorado State. Huskies up 38-21 with 5:15 to go in the ball game. Snap, rolling out to the right. Fowler Nicolosi to throw, right at the sticks. They got it to Marr, and he's yanked out of bounds by Rashawn Clark, but a little too soft in coverage there on the comeback route for a first down. 15 yards up to the 49-yard line of Colorado State. So the Rams 2 for 3 on 4th down here today. Actually, I think the stat monitor is a bit frozen, so not all these numbers are up to date. Fowler Nicolosi under pressure, rolling out to the left this time. Looks, unwinds, and throws. It's going to be incomplete. It was caught on the far sideline, out of bounds though, as they squeezed it in on the far side of the field. Second down coming up.
Looked like there was he just jumped in the air, didn't drag the feet. Yeah, feet are elevated on catch. Yeah, out of bounds.
Yeah, Jordan McIntyre, the intended target. Transfer from Brown University. Played 29 games in the Ivy League in his previous 3 seasons. 3-by-1 formation for Colorado State. Huskies up by 17. Fowler Nicolosi out of the gun with Dupree on his right hip. Movement on the line. And it's coming back.
Ball start. Offense number 54. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's Liam Wortman, redshirt senior who played his first 4 years at Central Missouri in Division II. 35 starts there. Now making his first FBS start for Colorado State. So 4:41 left on the clock. Huskies up by 17. Trying to get off the field for what could be the final time tonight with a defensive stop. Second down and 15. Snap. Fowler Nicolosi backpedals, throws off his back foot, out route to Marr, and he gets gobbled up on the far side by Rashawn Clark, driven out of bounds around the original line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe 4 on the play. 3rd and 11 coming up.
Give credit to Nicolosi tonight. He's just done a really good job of being able to get rid of the football, avoid sacks. He bails very well, throws off his back foot, but anticipates him in. They haven't been able to go down the field with big throws, but they've converted in situations when he's needed to.
3rd down, 11 to go. Snap. Fowler Nicolosi backpedaling, rolling out to the right, being chased on the play by Devin Hyde. And he gets tripped up out of bounds right about the 41-yard line. That's true freshman Devin Hyde, who was able to chase him down off the edge.
Another freshman.
Yep.
Just their about contributors tonight.
Out of the Bay Area. And they just, they've been a little bit nicked up on the edges and just been really impressed by the reps he was able to get in camp. So they put him on the 2 deep, and he's been able to get in there and make a play. 4th down, 18 to go. Colorado State with the ball at its own 41-yard line. Huskies up 38-21. Snap. Fowler Nicolosi, 3-man route. Rolls out to the right, plants, fires deep downfield. His man fell down. It was wide open. The intended wide receiver on the far side of the field should have been able to have it, but Levon Brown just lost his footing. And Braden Fowler Nicolosi frustrated after the incompletion.
It was wide open, but just the pressure. That's a long throw back across the field. Would have been an easy completion, too.
Yeah, it would have been.
Man.
Well, Huskies take over at the 41 of Colorado State, and if you want one of those plays that can make everybody on the East Coast who's already asleep look at the score tomorrow morning and be like, oh, all right, 45-21.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, this is your opportunity right here. 3:18 to go in the 4th quarter.
Style points matter.
They sure do.
That group that sits in that room late in the year.
So the Huskies have style on the field right now with Adam Muhammad in the backfield with Damond Williams. And 3 wide into the boundary. Raiden Vinesbright motions from left to right. Snap to Williams, who looks that way. Now looks over the middle. Oh, he eludes a defender. Lobs it ahead. It's caught by Adam Muhammad, who breaks a couple of tackles. And it takes 5 Rams to get him to the ground at the 36-yard line. That's the hardest earned 5 yards I've seen all night. Aiden Hector, the Seattle native, on the stop.
Man, that play took a long time. And then when he opened up and spun back to his right, breaking that tackle, I'm like, throw it out of bounds. And he threw it back to the middle. Good thing Adam Muhammad is 6'2".
6'2" and 220 pounds. Yeah. I mean, that dude is a physical specimen, Adam Muhammad. And the Huskies are going to really slow things down here. 10 on the play clock as they break the huddle. Under center goes Damond Williams. Muhammad in the backfield with him. They'll motion Raiden Vinesbright left to right. Handoff, Muhammad, space on the right side, and finally gets tripped up from behind after a gain of 4 on the run. That's Keegan Shank on the tackle, and it looked like Alton Tarver, the fourth, hopped on his back as well. 3rd and 1.
That was a good tackle, and Adams going to come off the field. Looks like he got a shot right to the knee when he came off the field. He's limping a little bit.
He is. As we hit the 2-minute timeout. Washington 38, Colorado State 21. Huskies have the ball at the Colorado State 32-yard line, and 3rd and 1 on the way. When we continue after this word from your local station, this is Husky Football.
Pacific Office Automation has been solving problems for business owners. However, the needs of our customers and potential customers have changed dramatically over the years, so we've changed too. If you run a business and want to find out how Pacific Office Automation can help improve your business processes and costs, call us today to request a free workflow audit. Whether it's managed print services, IT services, or data security, we're here to help. PacificOffice.com. Problem solved.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
A smooth, close Barbasol shave in the morning lifts your confidence. That rich, creamy lather will catapult you to greatness. Nothing can stop you today. Well, except that traffic jam. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Final 2 minutes of the season opener. Huskies ahead by 17. A successful night on Montlake. Fun to get out here, open up the 2025 calendar, do it against a solid Mountain West program, and Huskies got a lot to celebrate. 38-21 lead over Colorado State. Now trying to get 1 yard to keep these chains moving and see if they can get one more first down tonight. 3rd and 1 coming up. I formation. Cade Eldridge, the fullback, ahead of Jordan Washington. Under center, Williams takes a snap. Handoff Washington off to the left. I think he got the first down. They mark him at the 31-yard line.
ISO.
Enough to move the chains. Robert Edmondson on the tackle.
Just classic ISO downhill. Eric Dickerson loves that.
Well, you got a couple true freshmen in the game at wide receiver right now. Redshirt freshman in at left guard in Paki Finau. True sophomore in Damond Williams. A redshirt freshman in Jordan Washington at running back. Linesbright motions. They'll hand to him on a jet sweep. He gets to the far side of the field, breaks a couple tackles, and then bumped out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A gain of 1 on the first career touch for Raiden Vinesbright, who was sensational in the spring game. 8 catches, 131 yards, and a touchdown. Didn't quite get the ball to him through the air today, but you're going to see Raiden Vinesbright touch the ball a lot in his Husky career.
Yeah, I would tell you that tonight we haven't seen the big explosive receiver plays, but we've just seen such a good running game tonight. You can't go away from it because it controls the clock and it dominates.
You actually saw more explosive plays in the running game tonight, as Washington was very good on the ground, almost 300 yards rushing. Handoff goes Washington, starts right, cuts left, and gets taken down after a gain of 1. Edmondson on the stop again. Going to be 3rd down and 8 for Washington with 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. Huskies leading 38-21 on Colorado State. Jonah Coleman's night is done. 23 carries for 166 yards. Both of those are his best numbers as a Husky. And we'll see more from number 1 as this year goes on. Trust me on that. Not quite career highs for Jonah Coleman. He had 179 on the ground in a game at Colorado when he was with the Arizona Wildcats. A knee taken here by Damond Williams, and that'll get us off the field. So the Huskies open 2025 with most points Jed Fish has ever put on the board as a Washington Husky. The Dogs impressive in their season opener against Colorado State with a 38-21 win over the Rams in the first ever meeting between the two schools. And Washington gets to 1-0 on the season before welcoming in UC Davis, the Fighting Clevelands next weekend for what's sure to be a fun game on Montlake. Dogs get to 1-0 on the year, 38-21 the final score, as Washington gets 501 yards of total offense in this game, compared to just 253 from Colorado State. So you double them up in yardage, nearly double them up in points. There were a couple plays, a couple moments in this one, Cam, that caused you to pause a little bit. It was tied at the half, 14-14, but I think overall the more talented team won out.
Well, I don't expect perfection, especially in an opener. We talked about so many freshmen that competed tonight, but the explosive plays, the things you wanted to see as Husky fans out there. And if I told you, hey, tonight on that opener, you'd have 269 on the ground and your offensive line and Jonah Coleman would have his career high rushing, you would be ecstatic. If I would have told you at the end of the season last year, that's what you got tonight. You got 501 yards of total offensive. And it's a very good coach team. That's a start you love to have.
All right, Softy's on the field.
All right, Tony, thanks. You just mentioned the numbers there for Jonah Coleman. What a night for you, my friend. And maybe the best run of the night is one that you don't score on down here on the sideline. Tell me about that play and what drove you to keep churning those legs, man.
In practice, we got a drill. We roll over medicine ball and put our head down. So as soon as I got in that position, I went back to what I practiced and, my butt ended up hitting the ground. But, just knowing that, practice execution, game reality, so stuff that we don't practice showing up in the game, so that's what it's all about.
How much further ahead does this offense feel like they are today versus week one last season?
I mean, it's a year difference, like I said, we know each other, we love each other, we spent, all season together, all spring, all summer, man, just getting to know each other and loving each other, man, that's what it's all about, so we got that camaraderie and that trust with your teammates, you're able to make jumps and steps like that at the end of the day, so that's what it took today.
And after that long run where you went out of bounds, was there any doubt in your mind that Jed was giving you the ball to make sure you got that touchdown?
Nah, he just looked at me and I already knew I was going back in. So, thank Coach Fish. Shout out to the O-line up front, give me a push, man. And, they make me look good. So, shout out to them.
And a quick thought on that offensive line, a rebuilt group that looks bigger and better than they did a year ago for sure.
I mean, that's what it's all about, getting better each year, keep building, that's what it's all about, man. We took pride in gaining weight, getting bigger, stronger, faster in the weight room. That's what it's all about this offseason. How tough can we get? How big can we get? And how well can we know our teammates? And, we took a huge commitment and showed up today.
No doubt. Jonah Coleman, great stuff. Go rest up. See you next Saturday.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys. That's Jonah Coleman. Back to you.
Huskies defeat Colorado State 38-21. Jonah Coleman ties a career high 23.